at the 34.
All right, a big gain of I think that goes for 30. They're at the 32, so 33 yards from Hookstein to Rank. And Hookstein and a flag on the play on a quarterback keeper up across the 30, and we'll wait and see what the call is.
Yeah.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty on the Warriors. 7:58 left to go, quarter number one. We want to welcome those watching the Indianola Activities YouTube page. Had some quick technical difficulties, but I believe we should, there we go, as we have confirmation we are on thanks to Lee Nelson and the Indianola Activities Department. 1st and 20 now, Norwalk. Hookstein drops back to pass, takes a shot deep, left down the field. He's got a receiver in single coverage, and it's caught over the top. What a catch! And the Warriors in just a couple plays, and he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line to Keeler Rodman. It goes 41 yards. What a throw and catch.
I was certain that there was no way he was going to get that. The coverage was there, but I'll tell you what, he just at the last got it, and he out of bounds at the 1. 32 yards. Unbelievable. No, more than that.
41.
41, yes.
41 yards. What a pass from Landon Hookstein to Keeler Rodman with 7:47 left to go, quarter number one. And Norwalk on 2 plays, a 33-yard connection, a 41-yard connection, and now they're 1st and goal inside the McCoy True Value red zone from the 1-yard line, looking to take the lead. And a McCoy True Value timeout is called by Coach Patterson and the Warriors. Let's go in case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Rick, this is not the start Indianola's defense wanted. This is what the Indians' offense wanted, with a nice methodical drive down the field. Unfortunately, they had to settle for 3. And then it was, do we want to get in a shooting match with Norwalk? And the answer was no. And it's already 70-plus receiving yards on 2 catches on just perfect shots down the field.
And 2 plays, and then they had the penalty, which backed them up 10, and then now they're out of bounds at the 1 with 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Norwalk Warriors. Timeout was taken by the Warriors by Coach Patterson as they get ready for this play.
That was in case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Your home should be comfortable no matter the weather. Warriors 1st and goal from the 1. Hookstein in the shotgun. He's got Dominic Tigner behind him. As the Warriors bring in trips wide receivers to the right, solo coverage out left, coming out of the McCoy True Value timeout with 7:47 left to go, quarter number 1. Receiver goes in motion. Hookstein keeper up the middle, and he's barely touched, and he goes into the end zone. A 1-yard strike from Landon Hookstein. Gets in, and the Warriors take a 6-3 lead in the blink of an eye. The Warriors offense efficiently marches down the field, and they're an extra point away from finding 7.
Yeah, that was just I mean, you talk about 3 plays, and there you go. That's just a fantastic drive. Some great catches, too.
I think that was past methodical. That was surgical.
Surgical is yes.
7:43 left to go in the first quarter. We just took a break, so after this, we'll stay right here inside the Indianola Highview radio broadcast booth and get some scores from around the area. As the snap is high, but it's brought down, kick is up, and it's through the uprights and in, and it's Norwalk 7, Indianola 3. 7:43 left to go, quarter number 1. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates coming in. Knoxville leading Sadell 7-0. PCM leading West Marshall 6-0. There we go. Schneider, there we go. It's Cedar Rapids Xavier 7, Pella nothing. That one's in the first quarter, and boy, Pella Christian taking it to the Pleasantville Trojans 35-0. That one in the second quarter, and sound the boat race sounder over there on our neighbors to the east over in Marion County. 7:43 left to go in this game, Rick, and if you're Indianola's offense, you just got a taste of what you might need to do for the rest of the game if you want to keep up with this Warrior squad.
Well, what we saw in those 3 plays, 2 of those being passes, was Mulford, Schiller, Eden, Leideke, and Sexton. The line giving him time to step back and throw and just put that out there. They did a great job. And then, of course, he hit, like we said, he hit Dylan Rank for a 33-yarder, and Killer Rodman with that big play.
41 yards,
41 yards as he stepped out of
bounds. They even lost 10 yards to a penalty and still scored on 3 plays.
Yep, that's how that worked. And, I mean, the coverage was there. The coverage was
It
good.
was one-on-one coverage that they just got beaten. 7-3, Norwalk leading, kicking off from their own 40-yard line, 3 back to receive for the Indians. Norwalk kicking off from left to right from the left hash. And that is an onside kick, and that one's towards the sideline. Norwalk's there, and they recover.
Got it.
Beautiful special teams from the Warriors. It goes across into the Indianola 30-yard line, and nobody home for the Indians, and the Warriors steal a possession on an onside kick.
You got to give. That's really a great move there. They found the opening there. There was a space there it hit, and their special teams got down on it, recovered it, and it's 1st and 10 from the 31. Onside kick was successful.
$7:43 to go, quarter number 1. Double wide receivers left and right for Landon Hookstein, who has a receiver go in motion. Fakes the handoff. They run the option out to the left side. It's well defended by the Indians. And a big hit getting back to a yard loss on the line of scrimmage with Skylar Olson.
I think Liventals was in on that. Looks like coming up off the bottom of that also for the Chance Yates. Got it back there, but minus yardage on that for Olson.
Yeah, not a really well executed play by the Warriors on that one. Indianola not surprised. Quad wide receivers, 4 out to the right. Going in motion from right to left is Rodman. Now Norwalk sets up a wide receiver screen, a flag on the play, and it's caught, and it's immediately tackled and put down by the Indians. Ashton Grubel right there back at the 36. A loss of 5 on the play, and we'll see what the call is.
Yeah,
if it's on Norwalk, if you're Indianola, you do not take this.
Right, because you're going to get good yardage, and you're going to lose it down. But then what about, we've talked about Ashton Grubel, what he's done here at that same linebacker spot. He's played that very well the last couple of weeks. Excuse me, and he has stayed in where he's not. He's actually stayed there, and with that was such a great defensive play. And
yeah, I was going to say, the referee initially said we will replay, and I said, it should be 3rd and 15 now after a loss of 4.
Yeah, it's minus 4.
Indianola declines an illegal motion penalty. And now 3 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers to the short side of the field. Wide receiver pass set up. Indianola 4 in coverage, but they're behind, and it's incomplete on the wide receiver throw. Down the field, Braden Carlson tries to chuck it down to Dylan Rank, and it falls incomplete. And a 4th and 15 play coming up. Indianola's defense recovers from a dreadful start. We'll see what Norwalk wants to do here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit, and that was a great play downfield. Just a little bit overthrown. He's about a yard or yard and a half too much.
Indianola was not surprised, Rick, but they still almost got beat with 4 guys in coverage. So 6:54 to go, quarter number 1. Norwalk should be in their punt unit, and they are. It's high, and it does not go very far.
I bet that
maybe about a 5-6 yard punt.
Not more than 6 yards.
We'll see where it's out. They punted from the 36-yard line, and it's to the 32. So a 4-yard punt coming up for the Warriors. And Indianola survives an onside kick recovery and gets the defensive stop. They still trail 7-3. 6:50 left to go, quarter number 1.
That Andrew for Indianola was huge. That defensive stop right there. Ball on the 32. 1st and 10 for Indianola.
Double wide receivers left and right for Bennett Brick and Matt Edgington in the backfield. Brick in the shotgun, Indianola trailing 7-3. Warriors bringing pressure. Throw out to Kingery. Caught at the 30. Gets by 1 and just kind of bullies his way forward across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Quick pitch and catch, and a gain of 5 from Brick to Kingery.
That's fine. You can get that, take that all night long and get that, and sooner or later that's going to
well, and I will say
him.
that sucks up that defensive backfield. And do you take the 5-yard gain from Kingery over and over again, or do you let him behind you? 2nd and 5.5. Double wide receivers right, 6:46 left to go. And this one's blown up in the backfield. Edgington gets the handoff. He doesn't go down immediately, but he has nowhere to go, and that one is blown up by the Warriors. A loss of 4. He was hit basically as soon as he got it, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he's going to lose 5 on that. They're going to spot that back at the around 4 yards.
Well, they ended up giving Kingery only the 36 instead of the 37, so it ended up being just a gain of 4 for Kingery on the previous play. And now Edgington loses 4, and it's now 3rd and 10 from their own 36-yard line, 6:13 and counting to go. Quarter number 1. Indianola trailing 7-3. This Warriors defense is bringing pressure. They've got 5 on the line of scrimmage. Fox goes in motion. Low snap to Brick, but he recovers. Chucks it downfield. Open. Enough for a first down at the 44-yard line. Drew Kingery.
Yep.
Goes for, I think, about
12?
About 12 yards or so.
12 yards on that one.
1st and 10 Indians.
And it's 1st and 10 Indianola. Just enough for that first down up to the 44. Under 6 minutes to go. Quarter number 1. Indianola again trailing 7-3. And now they've got Eli Fox on the right side along with Will Shivers. Kingery alone to the left. Brick in the shotgun. Edgington next to him to his right. Indianola from the left hash, moving from right to left. Hands it off Edgington. No play action. Throws to Kingery, and it's incomplete at the 50. A little bit low and a little bit behind. Not a bad spot for it to be, Rick, but a little too low. And there is a flag on the far side. We'll wait and see what this is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is going to work out to be because it's on the opposite side.
Way back at the 46-yard line on the Norwalk side. They're going over to the Norwalk coach.
It's near that Norwalk
See what Coach
bench.
Patterson wants to do here.
Ineligible man downfield, number 72 on the offensive line.
Ineligible man downfield, and it's declined. So Norwalk will take the incomplete pass instead of 1st and 15, which is, I think, a bit of a gamble. You take the 2nd and 10 over 1st and 15 from the 44-yard line. So we'll see how this works out, and Coach Patterson knows the limits of his team. Trips wide receivers left, one to the right. Now double goes in motion. Fox and Hale go out to the wide side of the field, leading single coverage for Kingery. Brick drops back to pass, takes a shot down the field. He's got Drew Kingery wide open at the 30, caught to the 20, to the 10, into the end zone, 56 yards. Brick to Drew Kingery. They pull the coverage away, and they find the big man for the long touchdown. And Indianola reclaims the lead with 5:47 left to go, quarter number 1.
That was nice. That was just beautiful, and he caught him in stride and went down. That was just a fantastic pass.
For a 56-yard touchdown. On to attempt the PAT.
And I like the fact that
Keller.
they came back and answered.
Yeah. We'll see if Keller can complete the extra point. Snap is good, hold is up. Kick is through and in. Indianola 10, Norwalk 7. It's a shootout for homecoming. 5:47 left to go in the first. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA.
But fall is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Well, besides pumpkin spice and bonfires, the cold weather is coming. I know you're ready, but is your vehicle? Now is the time to get that vehicle checked, prepared, and ready for all the fun-filled cold ahead. Simply take it to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola will check over your vehicle's components, making sure your ride is prepared for whatever Mother Nature decides. So before you enjoy the hay rides and the falling leaves, remember, simply take it to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola kicking off after a 56-yard touchdown strike from Brick to Kingery. And the Warriors field the kickoff, and just an ankle tackle saves a potentially huge return as Rodman nearly broke free but is tackled at the 19-yard line. And the high-flying Norwalk Warriors offense, who is scored a touchdown in their first drive on 3 plays, comes back out for their third possession.
And Norwalk has it on the 19, and it was Pontier making that tackle. Saved a lot of. He had some. He was ready to go, and good job by that. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 19.
They tried a couple of shots down the field previously. Tigner with the handoff. He gets forward across the 20, across the 25, up near first down marker. Should be a gain of 9 for Dominic Tigner for the Warriors on the ground. Their first carry of the game.
Yeah, 2nd down and 1. Tigner with a 9-yard pickup. Kai Hartung on the stop for Indianola.
2nd and 1, 5:15 and counting to go. Quarter number 1. Warriors moving very quickly. Landon Hookstein in the shotgun, gets the snap, rolls out to his right, faces pressure, throws it right side, wide open, caught at the 40-yard line, and out of bounds at the 44-yard line to Braden Carlson. Goes for 17 yards and a quick pitch and catch, and the Warriors are on the move again.
Yeah, and they're mounting up the yardage here in the air.
I've got them already for 90-plus yards on through the air. Well, minus a negative 4 yards, so about right at 90.
I have 87 right now. That's what I have. But
trips wide receivers left, one to the right, 5:06 and counting, or clock stopped in the first quarter. One wide receiver goes out to the left side. Hookstein on a keeper around the left side. Indianola sniffs it out, but Hookstein gets away from one and gets up to the 47-yard line, a gain of 3 on the ground for Landon Hookstein, and it's 2nd and 7.
Good job by Wilmot. Dykey on that. They kind of held it back there, and they came in, and they finally got him stopped, but he did pick up about 3 yards.
4:45 and counting here in quarter number 1. Again, a shootout for Indianola homecoming. 10-7. Indians lead. Hookstein in the shotgun, drops back to pass. Throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. Indianola right there in coverage, and a nice job by Johnny Menke to break that one up and put a hit on the receiver, and it's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, you bet there. Johnny Menke was right there. He plays that linebacker spot out there. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a senior. Nice hit. Great timing on that. And Carlson just couldn't hang on to the football. Trips up 3rd down and long.
Wide receivers left. Hookstein in the shotgun, drops back to pass, has a clean pocket, throws it left side, caught at the 45, and just a nice pitch and catch to Braden Carlson, gets up to the 43, and inside Indianola territory, goes for 9 yards on 3rd and 7. We'll give it 10. But Braden Carlson, just a nice timing route there from Landon Hookstein, and with 4:22 left to go in the first, Indianola leads 10-7 over Norwalk, but the Warriors are driving. Handoff Tigner up the middle, and DeWitt sniffs it out. He does get up to the 40-yard line, but it is gain of 2 on the play, and a nice job. Wyatt DeWitt stays home, is not fooled by the option by the Warriors.
No.
But
yeah, he made that initial stop, and then Kai Hartung. Here's what I'm seeing a lot on this defense right now. There's a lot of help coming in, which is what it should be. This is really good by Indianola right now. But Norwalk is driving. They're moving the ball methodically down the field.
Keeper by Hookstein tries the left side, runs into just a scrum of Indianola defenders, does make his way up to the 37 for a gain of 3. But I think Indianola is certainly content with that and sets up a 3rd and relatively long, about 5.5, 6 yards now for the Warriors.
Yeah, good job. They're switching out down in there. Ethan Ott helping to make that tackle. Got a couple yards on the pickup.
Under 3.5 to go in the first. As soon as we get a moment, we'll do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset, but it's 3rd and 6 at the Indianola 38-yard line. Hookstein drops back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He stays up. He takes a hit, goes forward near the first down marker, and he should have it. A gain of 7 on a quarterback scramble up to the 31-yard line. Move the sticks, and Landon Hookstein does it on the ground as the pocket collapses and gets the first down.
Yeah, not a lot there. The pressure was there. Nice job by Menke making that open field tackle, but not till he got the first down yardage.
All right. 3 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Indianola leads Norwalk 10-7, 1st and 10 Norwalk. Double wide receivers left, 2 to the right as they move from left to right. Hookstein in the shotgun. Now Carlson goes in motion from right to left. They pitch it out to Tigner. Got some blockers out in front. Indianola tries the left side to get the tackle, and he gets up across the 30-yard line towards the 25. And we'll see if they give him the 26, and they do. A gain of 5 for Dominic Tigner, and it's 2nd and 5 after the nice pitch out to the left. Let's do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Under 2.5 to go, quarter number 1, Indianola 10, Norwalk 7. 2nd and 5 for the Norwalk Warriors, moving inside Indianola territory. Norwalk with 2 timeouts, Indianola with 3. That's a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Warriors trips wide receivers right now, going in motion from right to left is Rank. Hookstein fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, has all day, throws it out, and it's caught. Enough for a first down. No, incomplete. And a nice Grubel comes up and makes a hit, and it's incomplete. Intended for Skylar Olson, and it will be 3rd and 5 now after the incompletion. Had his receiver on the hands, but Grubel saved a completion there, Rick.
And Brayton Carlson was down the middle, got out. I mean, if he had a little more time, he may have saw Carlson, who was ready to go towards that end zone, but the pass went, and it's incomplete, brings up 3rd down and about 5.
Another 3rd down opportunity for the Warriors. Under 2 minutes to go here, quarter number 1. Throws it left side, and a flag is out. It is caught at the 21-yard line, and there was it was caught by Rank for about 5 yards, enough for a first down, but we'll wait and see what the call is.
Nobody seems to be moving one direction.
It was in the area of pass interference, so obviously offensive or defensive, whether or not Rank pushed off or Josh Eilers over in coverage got a little too handsy. They are going over to talk to Coach Patterson, so I'm assuming this is on the Indians. Holding on the defense on Josh Eilers.
Results in a first down.
So call off the catch. Coach Patterson takes the first down. It's a gain of 5 anyway on 3rd and 5. And the Warriors, much like they did last year, Rick, keep converting these 3rd downs, and they cannot get off the field. And Indianola's defense holds Norwalk for a while, but the Warriors are just too fluid on offense. 1st and 10 inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Hookstein faces pressure, and he's hit up the middle, and he's sacked. Back at the 21-yard line, a loss of 5 as the pocket collapsed around him.
That came from up the middle. That came from
Chance
the side.
Yates.
Yeah, Yates, and you had Liventhal's coming in off of that, and also I believe it was Spence McGraw helping out down in there. So there was a good number of purple shirts in on that, and it's a loss of
2nd and 15. Minute 23 left to go. Quarter number 1, Indianola leads 10-7. Hookstein in the shotgun, drops back to pass. Pocket collapses, takes a shot deep. Single coverage into the corner of the end zone. Lots of hand fighting, but no flag, and it falls incomplete. Intended for Skylar Olson down the field. And it is now 3rd and 15 at the Indianola 21. They're outside now with a McCoy True Value red zone.
Yeah, that's just a great coverage. Throw just a hair long, but nice coverage out there. I think that was that Eilers that had down the corner, because I couldn't see in the corner. Nope,
I believe it was Micah Dewey.
Micah Dewey
on the coverage.
Micah Dewey on the coverage.
Minute 14 to go, quarter number 1. Again, Indianola leading 10-7 and a 3rd and 15 for Norwalk. Hookstein drops back to pass, faces pressure, takes a shot again into the end zone, nearly caught. A near amazing catch in the corner of the end zone coming through from Dylan Rank, but it falls incomplete, and it's 4th and 15. And what are the Warriors going to do here? Do they try the field goal to tie it up? And I think that's what we're going to get with a minute 7 left to go in the first.
Yeah, this ball's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. That's
about
where
a 40-yard field goal.
Line of scrimmage, and then see it'll be put down at the 31.
29-yard line. So
yeah.
A 39-yard field goal coming up from the Warriors with a minute 7 to go, quarter number 1. Out to try is Gabe Johnson. And the whistles fly with a minute 7 to go in the first.
Timeout.
And a McCoy True Value timeout is going to be called on the field.
Timeout. Norwalk.
Well, we have a second here. Let's take a look at tonight's fan of the game, presented by Godfather's Express. It's Kylie Aberson Disler That's presented by Godfather's Express. Kaylee Aberson-Dissler has won a free single-topping large pizza. So if you'd like to be our fan of the game, stop by Godfather's Express to register. Then listen to our next Indianola broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game. Presented by Godfather's Express. Once again, Rick Wilson snubbed from fan of the game consideration, but he just keeps on plugging away.
I just keep going, getting my food, just keep talking to him. And yeah, Godfather's Pizza is pretty good.
Oh, some of my favorites. Coming out of the McCoy True Value timeout that was called by the Warriors, so they're down to just one left in this first half. And, you know, I don't know if that was just kind of a rethinking of things or if Coach Patterson didn't like the way they were lined up, but either way, Norwalk comes back out to try the 39-yard field goal. Set up from his own 29-yard line. See what the Warriors have set up here. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. It has the distance, does it have the accuracy? Through the uprights and in. 10-all, Indianola Norwalk. Just what you wanted. 1:07 to go in the first. Back inside the Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on KNIA.
Coming, and before you know it, you'll be wondering where to take your vehicle when it's not starting, running properly, or just being annoying. When it comes to servicing your vehicle, think Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Indianola. Stop in before the cold arrives and make sure your vehicle's prepared for the winter ahead. They have a team of qualified service technicians who are standing by, ready to help with any of your service-related needs. So before it's too cold, stop into Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Indianola to get your vehicle serviced now.
El Dorado Mexican Restaurant and Grill in Norwalk prides themselves on serving delicious, genuine Mexican cuisine at quality prices. Proud supporters of Norwalk High School athletics, El Dorado Mexican Restaurant and Grill has been serving the Norwalk community at their current location for the past 2 years, and they invite you to come enjoy their festive atmosphere. Check them out on Facebook under El Dorado Mexican Restaurant for all their daily specials. El Dorado Mexican Restaurant and Grill in Norwalk.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. A 39-yard field goal. Good for the Warriors with 1:07 left to go in quarter number one. Means the Warriors kicking back off to the Indians. 10-all. Another onside kick is going to be tried, and this one is bounced at the 30. Do the Warriors have it again? I think they do.
They do.
They try it again, and they are successful for the second time.
And up in there trying to get that was Matt Edgington, and he was not able to bring that down.
Twice in the first quarter, Norwalk sneaks one by and wins the special teams battle. We're tied at 10, and the Warriors have stolen 2 possessions from the Indians.
And it's the same place they had it before, right at the 31, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. And we're just coming up on 1:07 to play here in the first quarter, tied at 10. Oh, Andrew, I just don't know how they got away with that one.
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
One is sneaky. Twice is there's got to be some sort of change.
And you can just
see
the
Warriors winning special teams handily right now.
It has to come down. So if I'm Edgington, I want to take that in the air.
Double wide receivers left and right. Now going in motion. Hookstein grabs the snap, and it goes out to the right side, and a massive hit right at the line of scrimmage. It's caught by Skylar Olson, but it goes for no yards. Maybe a yard up to the 30, and a nice job. It goes for actually 1 yard on the wide receiver screen, but the Indians blow it up at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 9 at the Indianola 30, under 43 seconds to go. Quarter number one, 10-10, Indianola Norwalk tied. Hookstein in the shotgun, drops back to pass, has a lot of time to throw, now rolls out to his left, takes a shot down the field, caught at the 15-yard line, and out of bounds inside the McCoy True Value red zone to the 11-yard line to Dylan Rank. It goes for 19 yards, and Norwalk has a 1st and 10 deep inside Indianola territory. Rick, if you're Indianola, 2 possessions in this first quarter that have just been taken away from you by Norwalk on fantastic special teams plays.
Yeah, the first time they did get it back but this time the Norwalk's driving.
Keeper Hookstein up the middle, doesn't go for much, but he does keep pushing forward, gets across the 10, all the way up to the 7-yard line. I say doesn't go for much, but it goes for about 4 yards. And that possibly is the final play of the first quarter. 10 seconds to go.
On the stop brings up second down.
Second down and 6. Kai Hartung in on the tackle, 3 seconds to go. And that will do it for quarter number 1. We'll stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, and we are going to just go ahead and say it. Tonight's creative idea presented by Indianola Memorial Works, not 1 but 2 onside kicks recovered by Norwalk in the first quarter. Indianola Norwalk tied at 10. It'll be Norwalk 2nd and 6 at the Indianola 7 as we reverse fields. But that's tonight's creative idea presented by Indianola Memorial Works, serving Central Iowa for more than 45 years. Creative custom memorials and monuments the way you want them. And Rick, that is an adjustment the Indians are really going to have to make. That's twice now they've been caught essentially. I don't know if napping's the right word, but Norwalk, that's just a really good game plan.
First time, okay, I understand that, but the second time, that ball, that like I said, maybe that should have been taken in the air because it has to come down before they got a chance at it, and they've got to be able to do that. And if he can take that, catch that, and go, well, and that's the other thing too. But I'm looking here at the first.
Yeah, if you have any first quarter stats, Indianola really hasn't had much of a run game. I've got Edgington for 4 carries. I've got him for
I got 23 yards.
23 yards, including a 19-yard run, but also a negative 4-yard run in there. So.
And I've got, well, here we go. Norwalk have 26 rushes, rushing yardage, passing 117 for 143 yards for them for their 10 points. And then Indianola has 25 rushing yards, 105 in the air, 130. So pretty close, but we're tied at 10, and Norwalk is driving as we start
of quarter number 2. Hookstein rolls out to the right side. The blocks are broken up. Hookstein keeps it, though. He just reverses field. He goes all the way back to the left corner, and he gets his second rushing touchdown of the day. It goes 7 yards. Hookstein rolled out to his right, saw the pocket was collapsing, reverses field, goes all the way back to the left corner, and the Warriors take a 16-10 lead on a 7-yard rushing touchdown by Landon Hookstein, his second of the evening.
Johnson on to attempt the PAT.
What a play overall in this game. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but just the level of play we're seeing is so high right now. 11:50 to go. Quarter number 2. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, it's through the uprights and in. 17-10 Norwalk over Indianola. 11:50 to go in the first half. Back after this on 94.3 KNIA.
And before you know it, you'll be wondering where to take your vehicle when it's not starting, running properly, or just being annoying. When it comes to servicing your vehicle, think Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Indianola. Stop in before the cold arrives and make sure your vehicle's prepared for the winter ahead. They have a team of qualified service technicians who are standing by, ready to help with any of your service-related needs. So before it's too cold, stop into Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Indianola to get your vehicle serviced now.
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola trailing Norwalk 17-10. And we'll see what the Warriors have in store for the special teams now, having recovered 2 onside kicks already in this game and kicking off already for the 4th time. They've scored 2 touchdowns, a field goal, and kicked off the opening kick. And this time it goes another onside kick attempt, and the Indians tip it up and just get it back.
They got it
at
back.
The 39-yard line. Coming in with the hands was Max Wedmore, and Norwalk they just keep going at it, and they nearly got that one too.
Yeah, they were close to it, but Indianola does recover that. They get that one, and now it is 1st and 10 for Indianola. They'll have it at the 39. They trail 17-10.
I mean, how long has it been since you feel like the Indianola offense has been on the field, Rick?
It feels like a long time, but here we go. We got the opportunity here, and Indianola has the football.
Shivers to the right, trips to the left. Edgington with the handoff, nearly makes his way through, gets across the 40-yard line to the 41, but it does just go for 2 yards for Matt Edgington. He just has 5 carries right now. I've got him for about 24 yards, 25 yards.
25 yards for him, 5 carries, and he's getting through the offensive line. We've got to give him credit. Liventhal's, Kilgore, Moore, Boyd, and Boyd. They're doing a good job, but they need to be picking this up just a little bit more. A couple, 3 more yards off of that wouldn't hurt the Indians in their offensive drives.
Edgington handoff. This time he's hit and loaded up in the backfield. Big play coming through for the Warriors. Coming in was Harrison Tripp, the sophomore linebacker. Blows it up back at the 37-yard line, and it's a loss of 4 again, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, he's got, actually they spot that ball at the 37, so 5-yard loss on that one because they had it at the had a 2-yard pickup. Yep, it's not good.
10:43 to go, quarter number 2.
13, 12.
3rd and 12. 10:37 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola trail 17-10. Brick in the shotgun. Shivers out to the right, trips to the left. Pocket collapsing. Brick gets away from one, rolling out to his right. He's sending his receivers. He tries to throw it downfield to Shivers, and it's caught at the 25-yard line. He gets a foot in. Is it caught up to the 25?
I think he got it.
And it is.
Yes.
It's collected by Will Shivers. What a pitch and catch.
It depends on where he went out about.
38
25
yards. 38 to Will Shivers down the field, and Brick saves a 3rd down and forever. Chucks it downfield to Will Shivers, and Shivers with a great catch near the sideline with 10:17 to go before halftime. Trips to the left, one to the right. 1st and 10, Indianola knocking on the door of the McCoy True Value red zone. Brick throws it right side, caught. Will Shivers up to the 21. And he's out of bounds.
Well, it was a great scramble on that previous play by Brick. Getting out away from there, he did a great job running to his right, threw it on the run, and just got it perfectly down to Will Shivers. And another 4 yards on that one.
2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line. 10:14 to go before halftime. Trips wide receivers out left. Brick in the shotgun. It's Hale, Fox, and Kingery left. Shivers to the right. Moving from left to right, Indianola trails 17-10. 2nd and 6. Here comes Norwalk. Looks like they're bringing pressure. Throw out left side. Caught by John C. Hale. Gets a block. Gets up across to the 20, to the 15. And enough for a 1st down near the 12-yard line. I think they mark him out at the 13. We'll wait and see for the final call, but either way, it's around 8-9 yards.
12.
They give him the 12, so a gain of 9 to John C. Hale.
Yeah, great effort that time by number 11.
Under 10 minutes to go now, quarter number 2. Indianola trailing 17-10 inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Hale goes in motion from left to right. Brick, high snap, looks left side, caught. Kingery at the 5, reaches for the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown of 12 yards. Brick finds Kingery on the inside slant, and he catches his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Indians are an extra point away from tying this game up with 9:41 left to go. Quarter number 2.
The receiver possessed the ball beyond the goal line. Result, touchdown.
And a touchdown confirmed on the field with 9:41. And there's not much time to breathe here, Rick. Both these teams are so quick at marching down the field.
This is great to watch this. Great play that time. Kingery just stretching out. He's 6'4". He's got that length. He stretches out, got it across there. What a great play, and the extra point's good.
Extra points up and in. 9:41 left to go. Quarter number 2. 17 all. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola, Norwalk.
With over 30 years of experience, Parker Signs is widely known throughout the Midwest for their solutions to signage. Using the most innovative process in the industry today, they will work with you from design conception through fabrication to provide you with the highest quality product possible. When other sign makers find a challenge beyond their capability, they recommend Parker Signs. Call John today at 515-962-0330. Proud supporter of Indianola High School Athletics. Go Indians!
He made me feel low.
He kept pushing me.
He just wouldn't listen. I only wanted an oil change.
Service Center Bullying, or SCB, is the leading cause of automotive repair anxiety, or ARA. If you're struggling with ARA, there is hope. Norris Automotive Repair in Indianola will service your vehicle in a friendly environment. Stand up to SCB and eradicate ARA. Norris Automotive at 703 North Jefferson Way in Indianola. Big or small, foreign and domestic, quick and affordable. Norris Automotive.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola kicking off again to Norwalk. They receive it back at their 15-yard line. It's 17 all here. Multiple bananas on the field up near the 30-yard line as the Warriors return it up to around the 25. It's 17-17 Indianola Norwalk. 9:35 left to go in the first half. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Again, we're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Drew Kingery has 2 receiving touchdowns from Bennett Brick. Landon Hookstein 2 rushing touchdowns for the Warriors, and both teams have a field goal so far in this first half. That's in case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Wait and see what the call is. Holding on the Warriors.
10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
And a 10-yard penalty will march them back to their own 15-yard line. So, Rick, this is easily Norwalk's longest drive of the day. Their only other long drive was the last time Indianola kicked off to them. That didn't go out of bounds, and they went down in 3 plays and scored.
Yeah, they 35. This one's coming from the 15-yard line. This is where they're going to get it spotted with 9:36 to go here in the half.
Hookstein trips wide receivers right, sends another one out there, drops back to pass. It's a wide receiver screen. It's going to be caught. Enough, gets up, gets a block across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Enough for a first down up to the 27. That is Dylan Rank, and a gain of 12. Well, we'll call them 11. They marked it at the 26, so a gain of 11. And it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors on a quick wide receiver screen out to the right side. A well-designed and creative play from the Warriors. They load up 3 wide receivers on that side, and they send Skylar Olson in motion to that side, Rick. And then Rank kind of comes behind, and the 2 wide receivers block. The 3rd one comes in motion, hits the linebacker, and Rank has a lot of room to move.
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of room. It's great play calling by the offensive coordinator, by the Norwalk offense.
5 wide receivers for Hookstein. Throws it across the middle left side and caught near the first down marker. Should be just shy up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9. That is to Keeler Rodman, and it will be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, it's a great play. That time Eilers got it, and here comes Menke. He comes in to help him. They get up, and it's just 2nd down and 9 for the Norwalk Warriors. They pick up a big play on first down.
Hookstein already well over 100 yards, nearly on that first drive, but he is just racking up those passing attempts here as well. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Now going in motion. Fakes the handoff. Hookstein on a keeper up the middle. Just follows his blockers. Gets enough for a first down across the 40 to the 43-yard line. A gain of 8. And, boy, he just does a great job of just kind of like sneaking right behind his offensive lineman, Rick. And it doesn't take much, and he gets a gain of 8.
Yeah, that time he just got right behind him on that one and just followed him right up. I believe that was Sexton who he got behind on that and just picked up that extra yardage and picked up big first down.
1st and 10 Norwalk, and Indianola and Norwalk tied at 17, 8 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Double wide receivers left and right now for Norwalk, and Landon Hookstein in the shotgun. Going in motion from left to right is Rodman. Hookstein fakes the pass. Here comes the pressure. He's hit in the backfield. He stays on his feet. Now he's rushing out to the left side. He's got some room, and he slides. Begins his slide at the 47-yard line, so it is just a gain of 4. But, boy, Hookstein was hit in the backfield and could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that was a good play. They almost had him back there, but he's such an elusive quarterback, and he's so athletic. He gets around and got around on that got enough, got past the
Well,
original
I will
line
say,
scrimmage.
Rick,
Yeah,
for
does
those
a great job.
wondering, Hookstein slid and ended up at the 50, but in order to protect the quarterback, you can't hit him when he slide. But the negative with that is you get the ball when you begin to slide rather
yes.
than where you end up. Hookstein drops back to pass. Indianola with good coverage, but Hookstein just pulls it down and runs again, gets across midfield, takes a big hit. I think he maybe lost the ball for a second, but he gets it right back, and he's going to get it back at midfield. Just a gain of 3, sets up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Liam Kelso and Mickey on that stop. He got about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Johnny Menke to get the stop, and Hookstein took a big hit, and we'll see if the Indianola defense has any plans. This is what Norwalk loves, not only a 3rd down, but a 3rd down and 3 with 6:40 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola Norwalk tied at 17. Trips wide receivers out right, one to the left. Now a runner going in motion. Handoff up the middle. It's blown up, and this will banana comes out right at midfield. And I think this one is going to come on the Warriors. I wonder if it's not going to be on Dylan Rank moving forward as he was in motion. I think that timing was just a little bit off for the Warriors as it came through. Tigner got across enough for a 1st down, but I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, he got 6 yards, but this is going to come back.
Yep.
The motion play, okay.
Well, okay, so Rank came in motion from right to left, and he stopped it right around the center, but he turned upfield to try and help block about a split second before the ball was snapped. You can move left to right, you can't move back and forth. So just a quick timing thing from the Warriors, and what we've seen from this Warriors offense, Rick, the difference between 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 8 is pretty much negligible.
Yeah, and right here, the Indianola defense needs to make this stop because they're still in Norwalk territory right now, and it
4
could be
wide
a punting
receivers
situation.
out right. Hookstein hit in the backfield, stays on his feet, rolling out to his right, takes another hit, another hit, looks downfield, and it is incomplete. How did Hookstein even come close to getting that throw off? He was hit 3 times. It falls incomplete, but that man is a magician, and it's 4th and 8.
I thought the last time he was going to get knocked down, and he just went right through that like it didn't affect him at all. Got the pass away, but it went incomplete. Brings up a 4th down. Ball's at the 45 in Norwalk territory. And we've got 6:04 to go here in the half.
Hookstein is also their punter.
He's their punter. So he's very elusive. You got to figure out what they're going to do. What could happen here?
You have to play basically man coverage here.
You better.
6:04 left to go, quarter number 2, 4th and 8, Norwalk, and Hookstein fake punt, drops back, he rolls out to his left, and Indianola with good coverage, and they get him.
Oh yeah,
back at the 44-yard line. Wyatt DeWitt gets through and sacks Landon Hookstein, and Norwalk gambles in special teams again, but this time Indianola sniffs it out, and they take over inside Warrior territory with 5:59 left to go in the 2nd quarter.
I think he was looking, and then DeWitt was on that side. He plays that spot over there. He's that tackle on that side, and he actually came in through, got by his man, and if he hadn't, then he probably had some room to run, but he got out there, and it just wasn't anything that he could do. He turned, tried to make it happen the other way. On downs, Indianola has it at the 43.
Double wide receivers left, Fox and Kingery. Throwing out to Kingery, caught at the 45. Fox with a fantastic block. Kingery stays on his feet across the 40 to the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 to Drew Kingery in the air. Credit to Eli Fox, Rick. That block downfield to spring Kingery and keep it a one-on-one. Absolutely fantastic from Eli Fox. That's kind of a play that doesn't show up in the box score, but Kingery was facing 2 guys. Fox basically cleared out 1.5 and got Kingery to the 8 yards.
Yeah, great play by Fox. They're doing really some good things on the offense now.
Brick throws it out, caught Kingery. He's looking downfield. He's got Will Shivers wide open. Throw goes down, and it's caught. Touchdown, 35 yards from Drew Kingery to Will Shivers on the wide receiver pass, and the Indians reclaim the lead. 23-17 with 5:15 left to go, quarter number 2.
35 yards, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 35 yards. You knew that was coming because Kingery wasn't going to go anywhere, and I looked down the field, there's Shivers wide open, and Kingery just let it out. What a great pass. Great play, great call.
That is tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by the Indianola YMCA. And we'll get to that as soon as this is down. Extra point is up, and it's in, and Rick Wilson, you can hear him. He's walking it out up inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Back after this on 94.3 KNIA.
Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Are you tired of worrying about the cost of health insurance? What if I told you Cementech in Indianola is hiring and they offer free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions? Cementech also offers 100% employee-owned annual stock grants, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Just some of the great benefits offered at Cementech in Indianola. Visit www.cementech.com, click careers, and see for yourself what Cementech in Indianola has to offer.
When all you see is numbers, we'll tell you what's deductible and what's not.
When all you see is numbers, we'll find a better way to structure the transaction.
When all you see is numbers, we'll help you run your business more efficiently.
When all you see is numbers, come see the tax and consulting professionals at Cron Russell CPA in Knoxville, Iowa. Call today at 842-5821. You see numbers, we see opportunities.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. It's a fun one here at Indianola, 24-17. Indians lead the Warriors, and they kick off to the Warriors, who have a great return here. Gets across the 20 to the 25, 30-yard line. I think that was Carlson. It was Braden Carlson with a great return up across the 30. We're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. A 35-yard passing touchdown from Drew Kingery to Will Shivers is tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by the Indianola YMCA. No matter where you are on your journey, the Y is where you can be, belong, and become. Explore their offerings to discover new ways to connect your purpose, potential, and each other. It's your Indianola YMCA. 5:06 left to go, quarter number 2. 24-17 is our score. Double wide receivers left and right. Hookstein throws it left side, and it's caught up to the 34-yard line. That is to Skylar Olson. They give him the 35 for a 5-yard gain, and Hookstein, just a nice quick pitch and catch, sets up 2nd and 5 for the Warriors with 4:50 to go, quarter number 2. Boy, Rick, this is about as fun as it gets in high school football.
This is really exciting, and they're using just about everybody and everything that they can do to get
Tigner with the handoff, but he is just swallowed up.
Great defense.
Ethan Ott in the middle of that one. Wyatt DeWitt, Charlie Wilmot. I think Ott got the initial hit. Maybe coming in and helping him out was Conlon Liventals, but it does go for a yard and sets up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Liventals was in on that. Conlon, he was right in there. It's the sophomore, 5'11", 190. What a great play. Brings up 3rd down.
See what Hookstein magic we got here with trips to the right, 1 to the left. 3rd and 4 for the Warriors at their own 36-yard line. Drops back to pass. Rolls to his right. They set up a backdoor screen. It's perfectly called, and it's caught at the 40-yard line. Staying on his feet is Dylan Rank. He gets by 1. He gets by 2. Gets in Indianola territory and tackled at the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards to Dylan Rank. They set that up perfectly, Rick. Hookstein rolls out to his right. Rank, kind of on a delay, cuts back left after everyone's going one way, and it's inside Indianola territory.
He made a very nice move on number 7, Johnny Mankey, to pick up that extra yardage, but it's in Indianola territory, 1st and 10 at the 40.
3:43 to go, half number 1. Indianola leads 24-17, but the Warriors driving again. Tigner tries the left side. Flag comes out as he gets across the 40 to the 36-yard line, but there is a banana way back at the 41-yard line, and there's a lot of laundry right now, at least a couple flags on the field.
Yeah, we'll have to see what this is going to be. Usually something like that, it might be a procedure-type call.
Illegal motion.
Yep,
illegal motion.
Number 20.
I mean, honestly, I didn't see that one, but repeat first down, so wipe away a 4-yard carry for Dominic Tigner.
Right now, and we got 3:34 to go here. They're getting back up to the line of scrimmage. We'll check on the penalty situation as we have here in the first half.
Trips right, 1 to the left. Hookstein drops back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He's hit and he's taken down back at midfield. And he's sacked again. Nice Liam Kelso.
Kelso made the tackle. Liventals came back with that. And we also had on that Liventals chance. They came back. Liam Kelso on that side. They just kind of wrapped him. It just kind of slowly collapsed on him. Thought he had some place to go with it, but the coverage downfield, Andrew, was superb. That's right there was the key. They kept coming, but what good job by the defense.
3rd and 21, or 2nd and 21. Hookstein drops back to pass. Keeper up the middle, and Indianola will give up that, but Hookstein does a nice job as the pocket collapses, gets back across midfield to the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 5 for Hookstein, but that sets up 3rd and 17. Probably 4-down territory, especially under 2.5 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Indianola leads 24-17. Norwalk does get the ball back to start the second half. We have tons of score updates to get to. We're so far behind on that. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates. Hookstein drops back to pass in the pocket, collapses, and they sack him again.
Yes.
Liam Kelso. And if you're Indianola, you need to call a McCoy True Value timeout, and they do. And the pressure is just getting to Landon Hookstein right now. Indianola rushed, I think, 3 guys there, Rick, and they still got to him.
Kelso came from that outside. The other 2 were on the far side. I mean, they came up there. What a great job that middle is doing with Yates, Liventals, and DeWitt. They're keeping them busy.
Indianola,
I'm telling you what. Yeah, timeout by Indianola.
Calls the first of their 3 McCoy True Value timeouts. Let's get to where we're at. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates, because there's a lot. Xavier leading Pella 26-0 at halftime. Knoxville, let's go Panthers, 35-0 over Sadell at halftime. Pella Christian, 41-0 over Pleasantville. That's at the end of the 3rd. How about this one, Mr. Rick Wilson? PCM 12, number 4, West Marshall, nothing at halftime.
That's surprising, but yeah, way to go.
Woodward
Mustangs.
Academy 40, Melcher-Dallas 36 with a minute to go in the second quarter, an 8-man. Still looking for some Warren County 8-man scores. Southeast Warren 36, Moravia 16 at halftime. Thanks to Kathy Molly for passing those along. Our score is 24-17 here. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 2:10 left to go, half number 1. Indianola 24, Norwalk 17. Norwalk with a 4th and 27 are about to punt. Indianola will be receiving with 2 timeouts and are looking to score again before halftime. Norwalk punting from their own 43-yard line. Micah Dewey back to receive at his 16. That's a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. They're getting you back in the game. For more information and a list of services, go to dsmcapitalortho.com. Dewey lets the punt go. It takes a Norwalk bounce, and it goes into the end zone. A great punt from Landon Hookstein, but just a little bit too much momentum. And with 2:09 left to go, half number 1, Indianola will get the ball back at their own 20, leading 24-17.
What I like about that, Micah Dewey looked at that. I think you're standing around the 12 or 14-yard line. That ball was coming. It had that rotation on it. He lets it drop and roll. It rolls out of the end zone.
57-yard punt, thanks to the man upstairs here, John Naughton.
But instead of getting it around the 10 or 12-yard line, we have it at the 20, which, Rick, you go, well, that's only
risk,
about 8 yards.
But that's why you put the sure hands of Micah Dewey back there, because he knows what he's doing.
Right, so it's 1st and 10 for Indianola. They got 2:09 to go. They lead here 24-17.
2 timeouts as
Here
well.
We go.
Double wide receivers right, 1 to the left for Brick. Going in motion is Will Shivers to the right side, and
get somebody to jump.
There's a banana on the field again.
I think this is
like
going back.
Some sort of hammock.
Snap infraction.
A snap infraction against the Indians.
5-yard penalty.
And a 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 with 2:09 left to go, quarter number 1. So 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line rather than 1st and 10 from the 20.
Okay, now we're back where maybe we should have been in the first place. You never know. But anyway, here we go. 1st and 15.
2:09 left to go, half number 1. Same play set up for the Indians. Shivers goes in motion from left to right. Brick in the shotgun. Handoff Edgington, tries the right side. He's got a block, he cuts back. Norwalk's all over him. He gets barely anywhere, maybe up to the 17-yard line. And if you're Indianola, I think that penalty kind of hurts things a bit as far as the drive, because you really don't want to turn the ball over, and there is an injured player on the field with a minute 54.
Yeah, and I think this is a center. Yep, it is. The number 54. That's going to be Jack Moore, the senior, 5'11", 220 pounds. He's down, he's up, and he's running off the field, so that is good. And I think the backup might be Kilgore. I'm not sure.
Well,
Maybe
that
it's DeWitt,
certainly
too.
shuffles things
it's probably
around.
going to be, well,
quick,
here, it's DeWitt. Wyatt DeWitt will come in. He's the backup center, so
that
got some experience
result
there.
in Indianola doesn't have to take a McCoy True Value timeout, I believe. Actually, there is another flag on the field.
I didn't see what happened there. That's got to be
holding on the Indians.
That's going to be.
So instead of second and 13, they'll take another half the distance to the goal. Indianola relatively penalty-free in this first half.
They
Rick.
were up until these last two.
2 plays in a row. They had 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line trying to score before halftime. Now you're just trying to get out of the shadow of your own end zone back at their own 7. It's 1st and 23. Brick in the shotgun. Looks right. Caught. Drew Kingery gets a block. Gets across the 10 up to the 14, and that gives Indianola some breathing room. But it's just about a 7-yard gain from Brick to Kingery.
Making the stop for the Warriors.
By the way, Rick, I've got Brick for 8 completions in a row.
Yep.
Including 2 of those for touchdowns. And when Brick's on, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the state, and it's been kind of inconsistency that's hurt the Indians so far. Clock continues to run, 1:20 and counting in the first half, and Indianola leads 24-17. I think they're going to play this one safe here. 2nd and long. Edgington with the handoff, tries the left side, gets maybe a couple yards up to around the 17-yard line, a gain of 3.
Got 3 out of that one. I've got him 8 carries, 25 yards right now.
Yep.
For Matt Edgington.
And
we're under a minute.
Norwalk with just 1 timeout. Indianola, I'm assuming, is just going to run this down and then run, and maybe Norwalk calls a timeout, but with 40 seconds to go,
it'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of about, the clock.
And then
should
Indianola will be able to punt.
About 25 seconds, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Double wide receivers left, play clock down to 5. Brick on the 3rd and long, fakes the handoff, tosses it over to Edgington, and Kingery was blocking downfield. No, that's definitely offensive pass interference. Kingery thought it was a running play. Brick on the option, I think, tossed it to Kingery. So Kingery was blocking down the field.
Well, I saw it back and forth, and then I looked down,
so that's
and Brick
definitely
went down.
I mean, holding
after the throw
on the offense.
Yeah.
There's another banana on the field. So a risk for the Indians with 18.4 seconds to go in the first half.
Brick and Kingery together.
Yeah, that's pass interference on Kingery. But they declined the penalty, so Norwalk will save a timeout. That's risky for the Indians because in order to stop the clock, they would have had to call their last timeout. And now, Rick, you're going to give Norwalk a potential offensive possession here. Rodman back to receive it at his own 45-yard line. Hale's a great punter, but this gives Norwalk a chance to maybe put some points up. And we'll see if the Warriors can take advantage of it. Hale punting from back at his own 2-yard line. Good snap. Indians with good blocking. Hale with a nice high punt. It'll take an Indians bounce across the 50, fielded by at the 40-yard line by the Warriors, and that is where they're put down. It's going to be Rodman. He has nowhere to go, and with 4.5 seconds to go in the first half, Norwalk will get the ball back. Indianola 24, Norwalk 17, 4.5 seconds to go, half number 1, and what a back and forth first half this was.
That was quite the first half so far. There's still 4.5 seconds. They got a chance to do something here, so I would not let anybody behind me. I'd keep everybody in front of me, and I'd be double teaming at least 2 guys.
You know Hookstein can sling it 60
God,
yards.
Yes. Oh, heavens,
so
yes.
You might as well take a shot to the end zone or at least something here. Trips right, one to the left. Indianola playing pretty safe. Hookstein, and they hand it off. Hookstein, a keeper, excuse me, and it's tackled back up at the 41-yard line. And that will do it for half number 1, but not a wild first half. 24-17, Indianola over Norwalk. Pride of Indianola marching band coming up, including halftime coverage here on 94.3 KNIN.
Allison down on the side.
Well, it's September, and you know what that means. Time is running out to finish those projects before the cold weather arrives. Stop in today and take advantage of the McCoy True Value September Bargains of the Month, which feature 1-gallon Ortho Home Defense Max for just $15.99. And don't forget the Blackjack Drive Max filler and sealer for just $32.99. Get those projects done now before it's too cold with the McCoy True Value September Bargains of the Month, only at McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Make sure to stop into your local Indianola Hy-Vee this week to take advantage of all their great deals. Noosa yogurt is 4 for $9, and you can earn 4 cents off per gallon in Fuel Saver. Little Debbie Big Pack snacks are 2 for $7, and you can earn 10 cents off per gallon in Fuel Saver. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrap Beef Sirloin Fillets are $2.98, and Bakery Fresh Scotcheroos and Rookie Bars are $6.99 and 5 cents off per gallon in Fuel Saver. Check out these great deals and more only at your local Indianola Hy-Vee.
Your Indianola YMCA would like to invite you to stop by your local Y and discover the many benefits of belonging to a nonprofit organization dedicated to building strong kids, strong families, and strong communities. Improve your health and fitness, learn new skills, connect with others. It's all waiting for you at the Y. They'd love to give you a tour and offer you a free pass so you can try the Y for yourself. Call or stop in today and find out more. Your Indianola YMCA, that's where you belong.
Your commercial heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Heinz Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order.
Our experienced technicians can take on any obstacle your business comfort system throws at you, whether it's time for an emergency repair, a regular tune-up, or a new system installation. Schedule your appointment by calling Steve at Heinz Mechanical, 515-337-2074. Heinz Mechanical, we fix it right the first time, specializing on commercial properties.
The cold weather is coming, and before you know it, you'll be wondering where to take your vehicle when it's not starting, running properly, or just being annoying. When it comes to servicing your vehicle, think Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Indianola. Stop in before the cold arrives and make sure your vehicle is prepared for the winter ahead. They have a team of qualified service technicians who are standing by, ready to help with any of your service-related needs. So before it's too cold, stop into Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Indianola to get your vehicle serviced now.
Welcome back very quickly to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Rick Wilson. 24-17 is our score. Indianola leads by just a touchdown. Rick, let's quickly get into the scoring plays. Norwalk, our Indianola scores first on an Aiden Keller field goal. 8:13 left to go in the first. Norwalk on 3 plays. A Landon Hookstein rushing touchdown goes into the end zone, and it's 7-7 after 2 possessions basically in the game. Bennett Brick then connects with Drew Kingery on a 56-yard connection for Indianola to take a 10-7 lead. Norwalk answers with another field goal, and it's 10-10. I believe Indianola then scores, or did Norwalk score
Norwalk
to make it 17-10? That's what it is on a Landon Hookstein 7-yard rush. And then Indianola ties it up at 17 on a Bennett Brick to, passing touchdown to Kingery for 12 yards for a touchdown. And then after the Indians got a stop, a Drew Kingery 35-yard connection to Will Shivers. That's our scoring. Of course, coming up on the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show, Inside the Numbers, presented by Downey Tire Pros, and Second Half Adjustments, presented by Details Plus Collision Center. But we are going to crank up the crowd mic and let the Pride of Indianola marching band get going as soon as they are set here, Rick. So I might have to cut you off, but impressions of a wild first half.
It was just crazy, and the stats will show it. They just went back and forth. Both quarterbacks were really hot with what they did. I've got Hookstein with 166 yards in the air, 184 for Bennett Brick. And, of course, Kingery had that 35-yard pass to Shivers. So they had that. On the ground, they stayed pretty close. 27 yards on the ground for Indianola, just 39 rushing yardage for Norwalk. So it's been done through the air.
Yeah, both these quarterbacks are among the best at their when they're at the top of their game, and that's exactly what we're seeing tonight. Inside the Numbers is presented by Downey Tire Pros, and Rick, of course, will have full stats for you. But, again, Bennett Brick with 2 passing touchdowns. Kingery with 2 receiving touchdowns. Will Shivers with 1 receiving touchdown. That came from Drew Kingery. And Landon Hookstein with 2 rushing touchdowns for the Warriors. Aiden Keller with a field goal and Gabe Johnson with a field goal rounding out the scoring. We're still waiting for the Pride of Indianola Marching Band to get things started down here on the field. I'm not entirely sure what the delay is, Rick, but at this point, Indianola's defense has probably made more stops, but Norwalk's been a lot more electric.
They have been. It's just been great. I love that Indianola defense. What they've done, they've been able to get to Hookstein. They've been able to get in there, and then the linebackers, and I got to call them out because they've done a great job. Not only that front line with Liventhal, Yates, and DeWitt, but Grubel, Kelso, McGraw, Adler Dykey, and Johnny Menke. They've just done a great job.
Johnny
and look,
Menke,
talk about the coverage, though, that Dewey and Eilers have given along with Charlie Wilmot. And then Charlie Wilmot has been great as that strong safety to crush in there and help get those tackles for losses and be in there for that defense for Indianola.
Yeah, absolutely. Johnny Menke, to me, has been the first half defensive MVP for the Indians, followed very quickly by, I think, Wyatt DeWitt has been a nice job of kind of pushing up the middle and forcing Hookstein to get outside the pocket.
Nice to have DeWitt back. And we talked about this, how Ashton Grubel, how he's come along in the last couple of games. He just plays that spot out there, that Sam linebacker spot. He is staying where he's supposed to, and he's got a couple of nice tackles, too, and a couple of them for a loss.
Absolutely. So we're in the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram radio halftime show. Indianola leading 24-17, and the Pride of Indianola Marching Band with their march or movement of the Beatles is coming up here. We're going to crank up the crowd mic and let those watching. Mikey Crabb, our homecoming king out there, and he is one of the drum majors, and we'll let them go here. It's the Pride of Indianola Marching Band on the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram radio halftime show.
Take the field.
Well, welcome back to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. How about that Pride of Indianola marching band here on the Indianola Activities video stream? He is Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola leading 24-17 at halftime. And let's go inside the numbers presented by Downey Tire Pros. Rick, break down the first half for both these teams in an absolute shootout and a fantastic first half.
All right, here we go, Andrew. 17 points for Norwalk. They had 39 yards on the ground, 166 yards passing. That's 205. Quarterback Hochstein was 12 for 17. They had 4 penalties for 30 yards. Looking at that, Hochstein had 15 carries, 23 yards. Dominic Tigner, 4 carries, 17. And then you look at the quarterback in the passing department, 12 out of 17, 166 yards. His receivers was Rodman, had 3 catches for 46. And, of course, his the 41-yard by in that first couple of plays in that first quarter. And then Dylan Rank, 4 catches, 87 yards for him. So he's nearing 100 yards. Carlson, we're holding Carlson down. Just a couple of catches and for 27 yards. And Skylar Olson has 6 yards, two catches for 6 yards. So that's kind of looking at Norwalk in a nutshell there. Indianola, 24 points. They had 27 yards on the ground, 219 yards total passing, 246 total for the first half, 14 out of 18, and no interceptions for either Bernie, for Bennett Brick or Kingery. I almost said Bernie, but Bennett Brick was 13 out of 17, 184 yards. Drew Kingery had that pass where he threw it to Shivers at 35-yarder, so that's he was 1 for 1 for 35 yards. But Bennett definitely 13 out of 17, 184 yards. So both quarterbacks are really close right there, just doing what they're doing it through the air. Will Shivers has 5 catches for 96 yards. Drew Kingery, I have him 7 catches for 109. Those are the 2 big receivers he's used. Max Flaherty for a 1 catch. I don't think he tried to. I think he tried to throw to Fox, but it was incomplete. But I'm not sure. But anyway, that being said, and then he had Chauncey Hale came back tonight, and he had that 1 catch for 9 yards for him. So that's pretty much inside the numbers. Norwalk 17, Indianola 24. That's our halftime score here at Homecoming in Indianola.
Inside the numbers presented by Downey Tire Pros, locally owned. Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. We'll take a very brief timeout from the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. Second half adjustments presented by Details Plus Collision Center when we come back after this on 94.3 KNIA.
The cold weather is coming, and before you know it, you'll be wondering where to take your vehicle when it's not starting, running properly, or just being annoying. When it comes to servicing your vehicle, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola. Stop in before the cold arrives and make sure your vehicle's prepared for the winter ahead. They have a team of qualified service technicians who are standing by, ready to help with any of your service-related needs.
So before it's too cold, stop into Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola to get your vehicle serviced now.
Take advantage of rising interest rates with the People's Bank End of Summer CD Special. Earn 2% APY for 11 months. That means that this time next year, you'll have a little extra cash for your end of summer festivities. Are you ready to save? Visit any People's Bank location, including Knoxville and Pleasantville, to take advantage of the special rate of 2.00% APY.
APY is annual percentage yield rate effective as of August 4, 2022. Minimum $1,000 deposit to open account and $1,000 minimum balance required to obtain APY. Penalties for early withdrawal fees may reduce earnings. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show on 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola leading Norwalk 24-17 in this Warren County rivalry renewed here. Indianola homecoming. And I do want to mention, Rick, second half adjustments are presented by Details Plus Collision Center. And what you've got for both teams, we'll start with the visiting Norwalk Warriors.
Well, Norwalk's got to find a way to stop that Indianola defense from getting to the quarterback. If they can do that, that might free him up for a little bit more, and we know what he can do. He can throw it, he can get it downfield, and right now, that's why Indianola has this lead right now. That defense has been able to get to the Norwalk quarterback. They've been able to do that. For Indianola, they need to keep that pressure up. They need to be able to keep finding that way to get to him. And for everything that's been going on, we've had a lot of things happen in that first half. And what Indianola has to do, there can't be any surprises from Norwalk. Special teams, whatever. They've got to be able to stay the course here and keep themselves right on track with this, as they did in that second quarter action. They really dominated that, and they need to do that for the third and the fourth quarter if they want to stay on top of this, as they are now at 24-17.
That's second half adjustments presented by Details Plus Collision Center. Remember, when you need auto body repair, the difference between one shop and the next are the little details. Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola. That wraps up the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola, working with you and for you. We welcome you back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola High School football powered by Community First Credit Union on AM 1320 FM 94.3 KNIA Knoxville, Indianola, as well as Indianola Activities YouTube, putting the community first. Community First Credit Union. Rick, we are about to kick off the second half, and fingers crossed we get exactly what we did in the first.
Well, let's hope so. And Indianola will be kicking off. They will be kicking off to the Norwalk Warriors. They will have Carlson deep, and I think who else? I think deep back there will be Rodman. He was deep back there, and also they've got that. But they have been able to kick it and keep it away from Carlson. But their field position has been pretty good. I think the first kickoff by Indianola, I think it went out of bounds. So Norwalk had good field position at the 35. Let's see what they can do here as Keller gets ready to kick off. And quarter number 3, second half is going to be underway.
All right, we are off and running. Fielded by Norwalk at the 10-yard line, and getting up across the 20 to the 25 and down to the 27-yard line. And that is where the Warriors will take over. Carlson on the return.
Yeah, good job that time, and Adler Dykey was the one that fought off the block, got in there, helped get that stop, and it's 1st and 10 for Norwalk. They're going to spot the ball at the 27. 27 for Norwalk, 1st and 10. Here we go, third quarter action. And they come out. It's going to see they line up. They've got receivers to the right and left, double receivers, Andrew, right and left, and Hookstein in the.
Drops back to pass, throws it left side, and it is, incomplete. Great coverage from the Indians.
Hookstein's pass incomplete. And
2nd and 10.
Yeah, first back out. Johnny Menke on that. He was right there to get that. And what I've liked with the defense so far, it's been one-on-one coverage with their big receivers. They've just got a couple of big passes, but the Indianola defense has been staying steady.
Drops back to pass throw, Hookstein keeper up the middle, gets up across the 30-yard line to the 32. That's a gain of 5. Sets up 3rd and 5.
Picked up 5 yards. Leventhal's, and I think it was, I can't think who else was on that play. I know Leventhal's was on that, on that stop. Might have been Hartung. It was.
And Hookstein throws it left side on a 3rd and 5, and it's complete across the 40 to Carlson. Braden Carlson for a gain of 9.
1st and 10 Warriors at the 41-yard
And 1st and 10 Warriors with a nice pitch and catch, and Braden Carlson's first catch since the first quarter.
Yes, that is true. The first catch since the first quarter. He had a 17-yarder or 10-yarder for his 27 yards. Picked up 9 there.
Handoff up the middle goes to Tigner. He tries the 42, and he's just going to get the 1 yard.
He got one, and then on the stop right in there up front, the nose guard, number 55, Chance Yates. Yates has had his helmet just about in on every play, and he's been a big factor in that. Actually, no gain on the play by Tigner.
2nd and 10 from their own 41. Do have some connection issues here, so we apologize if you're hearing any of that. Drops back to pass. Hookstein hit in the backfield, stays on his feet like he always does. Rolls out to the left side to the 35, looking down the field, throws across his body, and it's caught at midfield. Getting up across, dodging a couple of tacklers, staying on his feet, up to the 30-yard line, to the 20, to the 15, and all the way to the far side, Dylan Rank. That goes for 40-plus yards.
Yeah, where'd he go out of bounds at the
Looks
9?
like the 8.
Well,
so
if it's
51 yards.
Yeah,
well,
if it's a 9, if it's he got
50 yards.
50 yards out of that. 50-yard pass play.
On a broken play that Indianola hit Hookstein in the backfield.
See, and that's what we talked about. That's what we talked about trying to avoid.
And Hookstein is just an absolute magician. 1st and 10 for Norwalk. 1st and goal, inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Hookstein on the keeper up the middle, pushes forward, and he gets to the 7-yard line, and that is where he's taken down, a gain of 2 on the quarterback keeper.
Well, he's carried the ball a lot of times, but he's had a couple in there where he lost some yardage, where the defense in that second quarter kind of got him lost yardage on that, but now an opportunity here. He's got 2nd down and goal from the 7, I believe. Yep, 7.
2nd down and goal from the 7. Norwalk 7 points away from tying this up. 9:30 to go, quarter number 3. Hookstein, Tigner up the middle, hit in the backfield. Ethan Ott made the initial hit, and he gets up to the 6.
Yeah, nice
gain
job.
Of 1.
Nice job by Ethan Ott. Andrew coming in there, tripping him up, and basically no gain on the play at all once again. Good job by Ott.
3rd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Hookstein drops back to pass, looks to the left, tosses corner of the end zone. Good coverage, Micah Dewey allowing nothing, and it falls incomplete to the left corner of the end zone. And now decision time. Keeler Rodman the target, but Micah Dewey out in front.
4th and goal from the 7, and it looks like Norwalk's coming in with the field goal attempt.
Would be their 2nd.
The holder is going to be
Johnson on to attempt the field goal.
Johnson's going to be in to attempt the field goal. Let's see, this is going to be a 24-yarder.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. It has the distance, and it is through the uprights and in. And Norwalk 24-20 with 8:53 left to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leads, and we're going to stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola 24, Norwalk 20. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Again, 24-20, both teams with all 3 timeouts. 8:53 left to go, quarter number 3. Norwalk's first possession of the second half goes all the way down before stalling in the McCoy True Value red zone, and Indianola gets a field goal out of it, or forces Norwalk to only get a field goal out of it.
Yeah, that's pretty good, because they made a nice drive down the field, and then they held them to just 3. So 24-20, 8:53 to go here in the 3rd, and Indianola will come out. They'll take the field as Johnson will prepare to kick this off from his 40-yard line. Kingery deep. Kingery is the only one back there deep. He's deep. They've got the 3 backs kind of up around the 30.
They are not happy.
They're anticipating
about these Norwalk onside kicks, and Indianola makes the adjustment.
I'd rather have this thing go over my head than come back short like that. They've got this well covered here right now.
All right, Norwalk set to kick off. Indianola leads 24-20, and the Warriors kicking off from their own 40. Kingery back to receive. This one is booted deep over the head of Drew Kingery. It bounces at the 5 and into the end zone. Johnson with a nice boot. And the Indians take over after the touchback with 8:48 left to go, quarter number 3. And Rick, Indianola has to feel pretty good about holding this high-flying Norwalk offense to a field goal. They're second of the game.
Yeah, now we got to be able to establish that run. We talked about yards in the first half. I think less than 30 yards for Indianola in that first half. They need to be able to come out. Now, Brick's coming out. He's got the play call from the coaches on the sideline. Now we need to, Matt Edgington in the backfield, establish that and use as much of this clock as you can.
Double wide receivers right, one to the left for Brick, who's got Edgington next to him. Coming in motion is Shivers, and there was no snap, and
a flag finally.
Multiple bananas on the field, and I think the snap maybe hit the legs of Jack Moore, the center, and it didn't go anywhere. And that should be a penalty on the Indians.
Dead ball, false start.
Yeah, false start.
Number 54.
Well, you know what I think happened is everyone started moving except for the center.
Except for the center, yeah. You got to wait. Got to wait for that.
And it's a false start on the Indians.
So that moves the ball back to the 15. It'll be first and 15 from the 15, I should say.
Double wide receivers now, trips wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Brick drops back to pass, first and 15. They try to set up a screen, but Edgington was right there, but it was well defended. In for Norwalk, right there was Braden Ross, the senior linebacker, and it falls incomplete, second and 15.
It looked like when Edgington came out, the pass was just a little high too, and there was pressure being put on, but Edgington went down, didn't have an opportunity to attempt to catch it, and it goes incomplete. So it brings up second down and 15. Indianola, the yard of gain, needs to get to the 30 for Indianola at second down.
Second and 15. Brick with double wide receivers left. Looks to the left. It looks like they tried to set up a double move up the seam, but it's caught. Will Shivers up the sideline. This one's going all the way. Will Shivers goes for 85 yards with 8.5 to go. Quarter number 3. The double move, the fake screen, and Will Shivers catches his second touchdown of the day, and it's called back. There's a banana on the field back at the 22, and this one's coming all the way back.
Oh my. I'm telling you. And the thing about it was that was in stride. He didn't have to slow down, didn't have to do anything. That thing, he just took that and went with it. Oh, it's so disappointing. And it's going to be coming back. I did not see the flag go. Was it?
Ineligible man downfield offense.
Ineligible man downfield.
Well, that's called on the tackle. That's Jackson Boyd, I believe. And wow, he gets 3 or 4. Boy, that's. Yeah, we haven't seen that all year. We've seen it called twice in this ball game tonight. So, yep, it's going to come back. It backs it up to the 10-yard line.
We are just having connection issues galore here on 94.3 KNIA, so I do apologize with 8:24 left to go, quarter number 1. A penalty called back against Will Shivers. Indians hand it off up the middle. Second and 15 turns into second and 20, and Edgington from the 10-yard line pushes forward maybe to around the 12-yard line, a gain of 2 for Edgington, and it's third and 18. And boy, what a huge turning point in this game, Rick.
Yeah, it was just too bad. Eligible man downfield, and when you have that, that's going to get called back, and it is, and it brings up a third down. The ball is spotted at the 13. They've got get the line of gain for Indianola, and this third 13 is at the 30.
Brick drops back to pass, throws it left side, and it's caught up to the 20. It's up to the original line of scrimmage.
Brick's pass complete to Hale.
And it's caught by John C. Hale, so it goes for about up to the 22-yard line, so it does go for about 10 yards, but it's still fourth down and 8. Heartbreaking for the Indians, but if you're Norwalk, you feel pretty good about that. And they catch the exact break that they needed.
Well, it gets them out away from the end zone. It gets a chance for Indianola to boot this ball.
Hale with a nice big high punt, and it's fair caught by the Warriors at the 46-yard line, so they have barely about half a field to go.
Fair catch. Warriors will start 1st and 10 at the 46.
And they start 1st and 10 at the 46. Now the Warriors trailing 24-20, 7:35 left to go, quarter number 3. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical, a flag wipes away an 85-yard touchdown reception from Will Shivers. And Norwalk with a chance to reclaim the lead with a touchdown or get within one with a field goal. Hookstein off to the left, and it gets up to the 47. Tigner on the carry, goes for about 1 yard.
And again, right there, defensively, we've talked about it. Ashton Grubel staying where he's supposed to, gets his arm wrapped around him, gets him stopped, and then coming up to help was Adler Dykey. He came in to help, just 1 yard gain on the play.
Double wide receivers right and left now for the Warriors. Hookstein drops back to pass, has a clean pocket, steps up. Indianola with a spy. He tries to run over a couple of Indianola defenders,
Fumble.
and he does. He does lose the ball. I think he was down, but either way, the Warriors get the ball back, and he does get up to around the 47-yard line inside Indianola territory. A 6-yard gain from Hookstein, and it's 3rd and 3. Boy, Hookstein is just a beast back there. He just runs over a couple of Indianola defenders. And it's 3rd and 3 inside Indianola territory. Keeper for Hookstein again. He tries the right side, and he's dragged down, and he is taken down back at the 48. A loss of 1. Grubel,
Kelso on that side, that Leo linebacker. I'll tell you what, Grubel and Kelso are playing their positions just almost, they're great tonight with where they're at so far. That was a loss of a yard. Just a fantastic job by those two young men.
And throw right side as Norwalk goes for it on 4th down, and they get the conversion across to the 45 to the Braden Carlson. He gets across the 40 to the 33-yard line. 14 yards on 4th and 4 to Braden Carlson.
1st and 10 Warriors at the 33.
1st and 10 Norwalk.
Well, that's what we wanted, needed that stop, and it just did not happen.
Handoff left side, and a nice job taken down in the backfield. Ray
Liventals. What a great job by Ray. He's been there. I'll tell you, that front three with Liventals, Yates, and DeWitt, they've been around the ball all night. I mean, it's just been a great effort by the defense so far. There's still a 24-20 lead by Indianola, 5:31, but counting, and Norwalk has the ball. The ball spotted at the 35. 2nd down.
2nd down and 10. Hookstein drops back to pass, looks to the left side, steps up in the pocket. He now rolls out to his right, takes a shot deep down the field, has a receiver. It's caught in the end zone, and incomplete. No.
Pass incomplete.
In and out of the hands.
Micah Dewey.
For Braden Carlson, Charlie Wilmot was in coverage.
Mike and Dewey back there. What a great job by both of them back there. Wilmot and Dewey both back.
Brings up 3rd and 12 after the 2-yard loss, and Indianola catches a break.
And really, that's kind of one of those, he just laid that out there, and hopefully the receiver could come down with it, and good coverage by Indianola. Stops the clock at 5:10. 3rd down and 12.
3rd down and 12. Norwalk. Hookstein drops back to pass, looks right side towards the sideline, and it's caught up near the 25-yard line. I think it's shy of the 1st down, but plenty close to Carlson again of 10 yards. Brings up 4th and 2. You're okay with that if you're the Warriors.
Dewey on the coverage.
Again, Micah Dewey, and I see down on the far side of the field. Micah Dewey went down. He's up limping. Here comes the trainer. Here comes Josh Lawrence out to check on him. And I think now, Micah's got to come out of the ball game. So it'll be a.
So Dewey's shaken up. He comes off.
Not sure he wanted to, but Josh was right there. And
let's do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 4:52 left to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leads Norwalk 24-20. Indians that have had the ball for maybe a minute or two, Rick, in this entire quarter. Penalties really killed their drive, and the Warriors have just dominated time of possession. Indianola leads 24-20, but it's Warriors ball. 4th and 2 at the Indianola 25-yard line.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Ethan Ott coming in for Indianola. They'll be on that front line. They've got 4 across the front right now.
Double wide receivers left, double right. 4th and 2. Hookstein looks left side, caught. Enough for a first down up to the 20, and staying on his feet. And inside the McCoy True Value red zone, passes out to Carlson. And boy, they just keep going right back to the well, and it's a gain of 7.
He just barely got that. Yeah, that was a good job.
Correction, 18.
I mean, not barely. That was just, that was, it's good to say. A 7-yard, I think 7 yards on the play.
Handoff up the middle. This one gets maybe across the 15. Hookstein with a keeper, gets up to the 13-yard line. Gain of 5 on the ground for Landon Hookstein.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 5.
Well, he's been the guy running the football for them. He's been in control of that football when it's been on the ground.
Drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Throws it right side. Wide receiver is open, but it's overthrown, and it's incomplete towards Dylan Rank, who was open, and it's 3rd and 5 now inside the McCoy True Value red zone for the Norwalk Warriors.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, and a situation where they're switching up the defense a little bit. Ott comes out, and Chance Yates goes back in the ball game for Indianola.
Hookstein drops back to pass, throws it right side, and it's caught. Enough for a first down up near the 5-yard line.
Hookstein's pass complete to Rank.
That's to Rank for 9 yards.
On the stop.
And Hookstein just continues to go back to Carlson and Rank.
First and goal.
I think it was Meacham on the stop for Indianola.
And it's 1st and goal Norwalk from the 5-yard line. Double or trips wide receivers left, one to the right. Hookstein has a receiver go in motion. Keeper Hookstein up the middle, pushes forward to the 3, and that's where he's pushed down. And it's a gain of 2.
Hookstein on the carry.
Hookstein, hands off up the middle, well defended by the Indians, and it's stopped at the 2 again. 2nd and goal from the 3 will turn into 3rd and goal from the 2.5.
Chance Yates coming off, Liventhal's coming off the bottom of that pile, and also, wow, what I tell you, game that we've told tonight. Kai Hartung from that free safety spot made some key tackles, and that was one right there. Brings up 3rd down and goal from the 3.
3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Hookstein in the shotgun. Has a receiver go in motion. Fakes the handoff. Looks right side. Wide open cut. Touchdown. Dylan Rank. 4 yards. And the Warriors are back out in front. 26-24. Extracurricular activity, maybe a little bit on the field, but touchdown should stand. And there is an injury on the field. That's kind of what's going on over there. Kai Hartung goes down. I think he has to go to his own sideline. He kind of went off.
He kind of went off, limped off over there because he didn't want to stop play. And Josh Lawrence came out across. He's going to walk him back across. But that's going to be 6 points for
minute
Norwalk.
55 left to go, quarter number 3. Norwalk takes a 26-24 lead. We're still waiting the extra point, and we're waiting on Kai Hartung right now, who's been injured and being escorted back to the Indianola sideline. So Norwalk has dominated the time of possession here in this third quarter, Rick. Indianola has had the ball for one drive, and Norwalk is about to outscore them 10-0 in the quarter, and we'll see what the Indians can do with the ball back.
Yeah, they're getting set up for the extra point. So if this
Johnson
is
on the
good,
PAT,
if it goes
Carlson
through, they'll have a 3-point advantage with 1:55 to go here in the third quarter.
26-24, Norwalk leading, waiting on the extra point. A beautiful drive from Landon Hookstein, multiple third and fourth down conversions. Dylan Rank and Braden Carlson combined for 7 catches so far in this third quarter and a touchdown. Extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it's through the uprights and in. And Indianola trails Norwalk 27-24. A minute 55 left to go. Quarter number 3 back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this.
Crossover? Great Young Chevrolet in Norwalk has them starting as low as $12,488. Or what about a great used pickup starting as low as $12,975? Great Young Chevrolet also has an extensive line of new vehicles with thousands to choose from, so check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk and allow Great Young Chevrolet to go the extra mile for you this fall.
Honey,
These are so good.
honey, calm down. You're embarrassing me.
These ribs are fall off the bone, melt in your mouth good. I knew Houston's on Main had amazing wood oven pizza, but ribs like this,
Oh man, this is a game changer.
I get it, but will you at least calm down, please? It's Friday and it's date night.
Okay, I'll calm down. By the way, are you going to eat those?
Go ahead.
Houston's on Main in Milo, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. 1:55 left to go, quarter number 3. Indianola trailing Norwalk 27-24. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. And the Warriors set to kick off from their own 40.
Well, they're set up. They got that defense coming up. I mean, on this kickoff. So, and he sends
and
it
it
deep.
goes deep, and it will be out of bounds just before the end zone, and it will be a flag, and it will be a legal procedure. That was a great kickoff, but it does go just out of bounds before it gets into the end zone.
He tried for that corner, but didn't quite make it. It went out of bounds between the 1 and the 2 yard line, and it's 1st and 10 for Indianola at the 35 now. 1:55 to go. Norwalk has retaken that lead on that last drive. 27-24, they lead. Indianola with the football. 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. Well, they need to answer it, Andrew, is what they need to do. They need to do like they've gone back and forth. They need to be able to put something down here and answer that drive, and they got an opportunity here. Oh, that Shivers touchdown.
Trips wide receivers left, now double in motion to the right side. Kingery, Hale, and Fox to the right. Throws out right side, caught. Fox gets a block and up across the 40 to the 45, and Eli Fox with a 12-yard connection up to the 47-yard line. No, they mark him down at the 45, so just a 10-yard connection. But Eli Fox with a nice catch goes for 10, and it's a fresh set of downs now for the Indians.
5-yard line.
They set receivers now to the left side.
Trips wide receivers left and one to the right. Brick hands off Edgington, and he's going to be hit in the backfield and taken down there. And this running game for the Indians has had a lot of work to do.
McMurray making the stop for the Warriors.
That is McMurray. Quinlan McMurray on the stop for the Norwalk Warriors. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to run. We're under a minute to go here in this third quarter. Again, trip receivers to the left.
All right, under 47 seconds to go, quarter number 3. Norwalk leads. Brick in the shotgun, rolls out to the right side. He's looking down the field. He's got Kingery, tosses it down towards the sideline, but it's incomplete. And Brick took a bit of a knock, but it was in play, and it falls incomplete. And the Indians now in a 3rd and 10 situation with 36.9 seconds to go, quarter number 3. Norwalk leading 27-24.
Yeah, that brings up a 3rd down situation. 3rd and 10 for Indianola. Now the Norwalk Warriors switching out their defense.
And they get them to jump.
It's going to be 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 5 from the midfield. And
dead ball, encroachment by the defense, number 32. 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, and a 3rd
down.
and 10 turns into 3rd and 5.
After the penalty brings up 3rd and 5.
They're right at midfield. Third and 5 for the Indians, 36.9 seconds to go, quarter number 3. Double wide receivers left and right.
See if he can try to get him to jump again, and I'm not sure that's not going to work here. Plenty of time on the play clock.
Brick drops back to pass. Looks out right side. Caught at the 45. Should be very close to a first down. And they're going to get it. Depends on the spot.
I'm not sure where it is.
It's towards Eli Fox, and it goes for about 5 yards. Move the chains.
If it's on the 45, it's a first down.
Yeah, now they're moving the chains.
Yeah, now they're going to move it. All right.
5 yards to Eli Fox. That was very close. In fact, if I'm Norwalk, I actually kind of say, hey, it looked like he didn't quite make it across.
At the 45.
Well, I know the official kept moving as he kept figuring it out. But anyway, I think we've got a timeout here.
And a McCoy True Value timeout. That's the end of quarter number 3. We'll stay right here on 94.3 KNIA on the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booths. We have some Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. PCM, who had a 12-0 lead over West Marshall, now trails West Marshall 13-12 with 5:02 left. Xavier 47, Pella nothing. That one is final. And appreciate the hard work of Nathan Sagebank in the KNIA KRLS studios, trying to get highlights, trying to make sure we're on the air for all of our games. We're going to stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Norwalk outscores the Indians 10-0 in the 3rd quarter. Indianola barely has the ball, and Norwalk goes into the 4th leading 27-24. Rick, that 3rd quarter, it felt like Norwalk took any momentum out of the air and just gave it right to the Warriors.
Yeah, it was all there. Now we've got to be able to, this is it. 4 quarters, 12 minutes left to go here. 3 points separated here, 27-24. And, boy, this is the gut check that we wanted. This is the game that we knew we'd anticipate would happen. We've got 12 minutes to go here, and I think one of our comments, I don't know if we made it on the air or off the air, but I think the last team to have the ball has probably got the best chance of
who knows at this point?
Who knows at this point?
We're just
but
losing.
Here we go.
We're losing internet.
Right now. And here we go. We've got
we
it
need
now.
to head out California way and get some internet, but with 12 minutes to go in the game, Indianola trailing 24-27 and are driving. 1st and 10 at the Norwalk 45-yard line. Fox and Hale go in motion from right to left. Warriors look to be bringing the blitz. Brick gets the snap, drops back to pass. They set up a screen, now in and out of the hands of Drew Kingery. Kind of that backdoor screen, and it falls incomplete. Kingery would have had some room to run, but it's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
Yeah, he had at least 7-8 yards, maybe more than that. Depends on what he could have gotten on that, and that was just a pass that just got out of his hands. It was a nice pass, a nice delay there. We've seen that so many times. At that time, it just wasn't going to happen. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for Indianola.
Double wide receivers left and right, 2nd and 10 from the Norwalk 45. Brick drops back to pass, throws it right side, caught up near the 40-yard line and out of bounds to Drew Kingery. Just a nice 5-yard gain. I think they mark him down pretty much right at the 40-yard line. So it does go for 5.
They back it up to the 39, so just a 4-yard gain.
To the 41, so a 4-yard gain.
I'm sorry. Yep.
3rd and 6, 11:48 left to go in the ball game. Trips wide receivers left. Edgington in the backfield, Kingery to the right, Hale, Fox, and Shivers to the left. Big third down here, 3rd and 6. Brick drops back to pass, faces pressure, steps up in the pocket, gets away, tries to throw it towards his receiver, and it's incomplete before he goes down. Kingery was in the area, and it's decision time for head coach Eric Kluver in the Indianola offense. I think this, you have to go for it. Norwalk's shown that it's really tough to get off the field.
4th and 6 for the Indians.
You got a 4th down and a 6 situation. You've got to get to the 35. That's your line of gain right there. And if you can do that, you've got plenty of ways to do it now. It's they are going for it, Andrew.
Going for it here.
It looks as if they're going for it. I'll put it that way.
Double wide receivers right. And Brick throws left. Throws it down the field towards Charlie Wilmot. And it's caught at the 20-yard line.
Got it.
Single coverage up to the 15-yard line. And it goes for 26 yards to Charlie Wilmot.
What a great catch. Charlie came down. He was already down, rolled. The ball came out, but it was down there. Great to catch by Charlie Wilmot. His first catch of the night.
The biggest play of the night for the Indians. It was 4th down and 6. Brick just throws it up to his receiver, and Wilmot comes down with it and makes an amazing catch. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Edgington with the handoff left side. Has to dodge a couple of defenders. Gets up to the 15, to the 14, and
about a yard
to the 13-yard line, so a gain of 2. Just his second carry of the second half.
And he's just getting this at 2 yards at a shot. He didn't have a 7-yard carry early on in that first quarter, but ball now spotted at the 13 for Indianola. 2nd down situation.
Double wide receivers left, one to the right again. Brick has Shivers go in motion. They give it to him. He's got a lot of room to run and gets a block out to the 10. Gets around the corner to the 5, to the corner of the end zone. And a yard or 13-yard run from Will Shivers finds the corner of the end zone, and the Indians are back out in front.
And I see nothing but green, and that's good to see.
That is a 13-yard pass from Brick to Shivers. A shovel pass right in front, and a horrible call ends up in a touchdown for Indianola as they lead 30-27.
Keller on to attempt a PAT.
Keller tries to put Indianola up 4.
Kingery to hold.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, it's through the uprights and in. And we'll stay right here inside the Indianola High-V radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola 31, Norwalk 27. Back and forth we go. Will Shivers catches his 2nd touchdown, this one of 13 yards on the shovel push pass, the sweep. And the Indians take back the lead and are with 10:49 remaining in the ball game. Rick, back and forth we go.
Yeah, I love it. This is just the way it should be. Indianola came back. They answered. They did not panic. They didn't do. They just slowly. They brought it down. I love the pass to Charlie Wilmot, and then it was Shivers with his 13-yard pass, a little shovel pass. He takes it in. I love it. He came around the corner right about the 10, and they just turned the jets on. He just shot right into the end zone. What a great run by Shivers. And to retake the lead at 31-27.
All right, we're going to stay right here again inside the Indianola High-V radio broadcast booth in case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Indianola scores on a drive that included a 4th down conversion, 4th down and 6 conversion to Charlie Wilmot of 26 yards. And the Indians
back to return for the Warriors. Keller
get the lead, but Norwalk now will get the ball back as Keller kicks it deep, fielded by Carlson, back at his 5-yard line. Tries the left side to the 15, gets around one defender to the 20, and pushed out of bounds near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, great job that time. They got down the field and just was not able to. They got a great return there. A good job by the Indianola special teams. Knocked him out of bounds. Let's see, they're going to spot the ball at the 22-yard line.
Warriors will start 1st and
Norwalk
10
will have it.
22.
All right, Norwalk ball, double wide receivers left and right. Hookstein drops back to pass. Here comes DeWitt, but he gets away from him, takes a shot deep down the field. Well covered by the Indians, but as we've seen, that doesn't always matter, but it's incomplete. The catch was made.
Out of bounds.
Dylan Rank was there and made a fantastic catch, but he was just about a half step out of bounds, and it falls incomplete. Man, these Norwalk receivers are something else.
Yeah, they catch him no matter what. And what great coverage. Meacham, I mean, we had everybody. I mean, it was just great coverage. And at that corner now, we've got Meacham in the lineup for Indianola.
Hookstein, handoff up the middle. Tigner gets up to the 25-yard line. That goes for 3.
On the carry.
Sets up a 3rd and 7, and maybe the biggest third down of the night. 10:15 to go in the ball game. Indianola leads 31-27. Norwalk deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, Flaherty in the lineup coming in now for
These
Indianola.
Indianola defensive backs are being rotated in. Cale Meacham also coming in. Hookstein drops back to pass. Looks left side towards the corner, and it's incomplete. Josh Eilers in coverage. He was out of bounds, and he knocked it away, and it falls incomplete. And now Norwalk, decision time, 4th and 7 from their own 25-yard line, and there's an injured Indian in the backfield, and that is Wyatt DeWitt.
Oh, wow, and we just got Wyatt back. So he did the right thing, went down. Coach coming out, so Josh Lawrence coming out to check on Wyatt DeWitt. Boy, he's been instrumental. Hopefully just something he tweaked. And then Josh can get it taken care of. It looks a little gingerly coming off the field, Andrew, but he's walking a little bit better. He's getting that. Tough young man, and we'll just have to take a look and see what he's going to do here. Let's see. I think coming in the game for I couldn't check to see who came in. I'll have to check it later. Brings up a 4th down situation.
4th down.
Hookstein is also the quarterback.
Hookstein is in, but he's also the punter.
He's also the punter.
Trips wide receivers right, one to the left. Hookstein from his own 25-yard line, 4th and 7, punts it.
Fair catch.
Dewey, fair catch back at his own 32-yard line, and that is where Indianola takes over, leading 31-27, 9:57 left to go. It's always a risk, Rick, but Norwalk head coach Paul Patterson trusts his defense to give his offense one more opportunity back within one score. It was just too risky, 4th and 7 from your own 25.
Yeah, you're right. That's the correct call. You punt that away, get that. Indianola does have it. Ball spotted at the 32. They have it at 32. They lead 31-27. There's 9:57 to go here in the ball game, and the ball is 1st and 10 at the 32 for Indianola.
We have scores coming in from around the area. Again, I do apologize. We've been dealing with a lot of connection issues. Throw goes left side, Will Shivers. An immediate flag comes out. Shivers catches it, gets across the 35-yard line, but this should be, unless it's some sort of offsides penalty against the Warriors, there's a banana on the field, and I feel like it's against the Indians here, Rick.
Yeah, where it came out, it looks like some type of procedure call.
Generally, that's someone maybe didn't get up. Yeah, legal formation. I was going to say someone didn't get up on the line of scrimmage or in the backfield where they should have been. And a 4-yard gain through the air to Will Shivers is negated by the penalty. So it's 1st and 15 back at their own 27-yard line now.
Repeat the down, but 1st and 15. Ball spotted, as you said, 27.
Final coming in, Knoxville 42, Sadell 6, and the Panthers get their first win of the season. Brick in the shotgun. They go to Will Shivers again on that push pass. He gets around the edge across the 30 and a great block to the 34-yard line, and Shivers with another 7-yard connection.
Yeah, he's going to get about 7 yards out of that. That was fantastic. Got a great block up here.
Harris making the stop.
And Harris on the stop for the
Brings up 2nd and 8
Norwalk Warriors. His ball spotted at the 34.
First or 2nd and 8, Brick in the shotgun. 9:20 to go in the ball game. They try and get the Warriors to jump with the disciplined Warriors defense. Does not move. Play clock down to 8. Indianola leads 31-27. Brick looks right side towards Shivers, and it's caught. He gets by one defender. No, he's ankle tackled. He had maybe some room to run, but he does get up to the 40-yard line and sets up a 3rd and 1
7
after
more yards.
A gain of 7. And Shivers, couple touchdowns caught in this game. He's up to 8 catches, and then the Indians just quickly move up to the line and a quarterback sneak up the middle for 2 yards. Brick gets his second 2-yard rush on 3rd and 1, and it's a quick, fresh set of downs for the Indians with 8:47 left to go in the ball game. Indianola leads 31-27 with the ball.
Yeah, he waited till that fourth quarter to get his second 2-yard gain, and as he did that in the first quarter. But yeah, 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 43 right now for Indianola.
1st and 10, Indianola. Brick, high snap, looks out left side. It's caught. Again, Will Shivers gets a block to the 45, to midfield. Near the first down marker, stays on his feet. They can't bring him down to the 45, to the 44.
13 yards.
13 yards again to Will Shivers. He's got the last 4 receptions. 13, 7, 7, and 13. 4 receptions, 40 yards in this fourth quarter and a touchdown. And the closer, Will Shivers, gets another first down for the Indians.
44-yard line.
I got him 9 catches for 136 yards on that. So
trips wide receivers right, none to the left. Brick. Another wide receiver screen. This one to Kingery. Gets around 1, stays on his feet. Can't be taken down. Gets another first down up to the 30-yard line.
14.
And this one goes for 14. And they are just wide receiver screen after wide receiver screen against this Warriors defense, and they just don't have an answer.
1st and 10 Indians at the 29-yard line.
All right. 7:45 and counting to go in the ball game. Indianola just spreading out the Warriors right now. Brick, handoff to Edgington. And Norwalk, despite being spread out quite a bit, does not give up anything. In on the tackle there was Harrison Tripp again. Boy, he is a big guy for just a sophomore. He has just swallowed up Edgington and holds him to a yard.
Very impressive. Got a couple out of it. Got 1 out of it. Yep, 1 yard out of it.
2nd and 9. More importantly for Indianola, the clock keeps running. So if you score here, you go up 2 scores. But you don't give the ball back to the Warriors with enough time. 7:08 and counting, but you have to finish off this drive.
You've got to finish this drive.
31-27, Indianola leads. Handoff left side, and the play is whistled dead, and Coach Eric Kluver calls it McCoy True Value timeout.
Oh, I thought I saw something yellow on the other side of the field. It must have been a reflection of the helmet.
All right.
Yeah, timeout.
Our final Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset of the game. Indianola 31, Norwalk 27, about 7 minutes left to go in the ball game. Indianola now with 2 timeouts, Norwalk with 3. It's 2nd and 9 from the Norwalk 28-yard line. And Rick, we've just seen wide receiver screen to the right, wide receiver screen to the left, wide receiver screen to the right, wide receiver screen to the left. It's Will Shivers and Drew Kingery, and they're just getting chunk yardage here.
Yeah, and it's been a Brick. He's really doing a great job. But I tell you who's exceptional is Will Shivers with those catches. I mean, he's made some very nice catches to keep this alive, and it's tough for him to bring down. He's made some good moves. He's got it down the field. But the thing is here that Indianola has control of the football. They're keeping control of it, and if they can do this now, that just a little over 7 minutes. The ball spotted is at the 28-yard line. Excuse me. Ball's at the inside the 30 at the 28. 2nd down, and
all right, teams
are
back out on the field.
If they get it to the 19, they need to line a game for them to be the 19-yard line.
2nd and 9, double wide receivers right now. Kingery goes in motion. They get it to him. He's on the wide receiver sweep. He's got blocks out in front. Great blocks to the 20. He's got the angle to the 10. He's hit from behind. I don't think he gets in, but he gets to the 1. That should be a 26-yard pass from Brick to Drew Kingery to the 2-yard line.
From the 20
is 26 yards.
28. 28
went
to the 2.
Went from the 28 to the 2. So 1st and goal from the 2.
Indians in the Hy-Vee red zone.
Big formation behind Brick. Norwalk brings in the big guys too. Brick tries to push forward. He keeps fighting, and he's in. A 2-yard rush from Bennett Brick. And the Indians go ahead 36-27, 37-27. Math is hard with 6:54 left to go in the ball game. The 2-yard rush from Bennett Brick, and the Indians go ahead by 10. And we do want to welcome the audience from 92.1 KRLS and 95.3 KNIA. 6:54 left to go here, Indianola, Norwalk, and what a clash, or Class 4A clash it's been. Indianola kicking the extra point. Snap is good, kick is through the uprights, and it's in. Indianola 38, Norwalk 27, 6:54 left to go. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on KNIA and KRLS, Indianola Activities YouTube.
What a great way to leave a lasting impression of those you love. A memorial that stands the test of time for generations to come. A tribute to your father, mother, grandparents, and all the others that we value in our life. When it comes to deciding on that lasting impression, you simply need the professionals at Indianola Memorial Works. For over 45 years, they've been excelling at customizing memorials that make you say, yeah, that's my dad. Indianola Memorial Works, custom memorials for the cherished people in your life.
Life is best lived in motion. Keep you on the road, making sure you're ready for any adventure life throws your way. Between September 14th and October 4th, get up to $110 total savings via Visa Reward Card or Visa Virtual Account after online submission with the purchase of 4 new select Michelin passenger or light truck tires. With Downey Tire Pros by your side, you can continue to explore the unfamiliar. Visit us online today. Downey Tire Pros love the drive. See store for complete details. Offer ends 10/4/22. Void where prohibited.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. 6:54 left to go in the ball game. Indianola leading 38-27. Aiden Keller's kick goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Norwalk with 80 yards to go to get back within a score with 6:54 to go. Rick, walk me through that last drive.
Well, I'll tell you what, that last drive was really something else. It took quite a few minutes, but what a great back and forth they went. Passes right, left, Shivers, Kingery then got it down to the 2, and then Brick took it in from the 2-yard out, and now we got the Norwalk Warriors ready to do it. It's Hookstein ready to do it. He keeps it. It's going to go around the left side. It's going to go a few yards, and he's brought down. It's going to pick up about 6. Hartung, one of them bringing him down, and it brings up a second down situation.
All right, Hookstein on the keeper.
Yards.
Yeah, they give him 9 on that keeper. 6:30 to go. If you're Indianola with a 11-point lead, you're okay with a 9-yard gain because that clock continues to run, but you don't want to give up too many of them. Hookstein drops back to pass, looks left side, pass was tipped, but it's nearly intercepted, but it gets into the hands of Braden Carlson. I'm not sure how that wasn't intercepted by Johnny Menke, but it's caught by Carlson up to the 45 for a gain of 17.
I wasn't sure either. I thought Menke had that from our vantage point, but no.
6:18 to go in the ball game. Big connection between Hookstein and Carlson. And it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors, trailing 38-27. Hookstein in the shotgun. Looks to the right side. Double move across the middle, and it's incomplete. But there might be...
No, I don't see it yet.
No, wow, that was some pretty close coverage. Cale Meacham knocks it incomplete.
That was seriously close.
Keeler Rodman the targets, and I'll be honest, I think there was a decent amount of contact on that one, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen less.
They're letting them play, for sure, but 6:10 to go, quarter number 4. Keeper for Hookstein up the middle, gets a block, nearly loses it, but he's just running over Indianola defenders across midfield to the 48-yard line, a gain of 7 on the ground for Landon Hookstein.
Yeah, they're going to give him to the 48. Yeah, 7-yard pickup that time.
Under 5:50 to go here, and it's 3rd and 3. Definitely 4-down territory for the Warriors. Indianola leads 38-27. And it's 3rd and 3 at the 48-yard line. They need the Indianola 45. Hookstein and another keeper up the middle. He's got enough for a first down and a little bit more across the 40 to the 38-yard line. A gain of 10 on the ground. And Landon Hookstein continues this Norwalk drive.
Grubel and Wilmot on the stop.
If they can score quickly enough here, Rick, they maybe don't have to onside kick it. But as they've already recovered 2, nearly 3, I think they might go for it.
Yeah, they're hurrying up, getting up to the line of scrimmage after they spot the chains.
Rolls right side up the middle. He's hit, but he just bullies his way forward. What should have been a loss gets up to the 37-yard line for a gain of 1. But the clock continues to run. We're going to be at about 5 minutes left to go. Indianola up 11.
Menke and Yates in there for the Indians making the stop.
By the time this ball is snapped, 2nd and 9 at the Indianola 38-yard line. Norwalk doesn't seem to be in too much of a hurry. They still have all 3 timeouts. Now going in motion from right to left is Carlson. Hookstein hits Carlson out in the flat. It's well defended by the Indians, but it still gets across the 35-yard line, and he's stopped around the 32. So it goes for 5 yards.
He got 5. Meacham helping on
but
that.
He is inbounds, more importantly.
And Ashton Grubel, again, staying where he was.
3rd and 4 now after the 5-yard gain. 4.5 to go in the ball game. Hookstein drops back to pass, looks left side, pocket collapsing. He gets out to the right side. He's looking down the field. He's going to be hit. He stays on his feet again. He gets away. Another defender rolls out to his left now, takes a shot into the corner, wide open. Caught, touchdown. What a play from Landon Hookstein. Where did that one come from? He should have been sacked about 4 times, but he gets away from everybody, and he finds a receiver wide open in the end zone all the way to number 5, Jackson Campbell.
That is a 32-yarder, I believe. Yeah, 32.
What a magician, Landon Hookstein. He rolled all the way out to his right, dodged about 2 or 3 more Indianola defenders, got all the way back over to the left side of the field before finding Jackson Campbell open. Now they go for 2 to try and make it a 3-point game with 4:13 left to go in the ball game. Hookstein looks right, caught, and short of the end zone. They can't bring down Carlson, but there is a flag at the goal line. So the 2-point conversion is no good, but we'll wait and see what the flag is. I'll be honest, I do think this might be offensive pass interference, Rick, because it looked like maybe there was kind of a pick play going on, but it also very well could have been hands on the Indians.
Oh, listen and find out.
Yeah, here comes
Ruling on the field. Pass interference on the offense.
Yeah, pass interference on the offense.
Yeah,
so the 2-point conversion is no good. 4:13 left to go. Indianola keeps a 38-33 lead, and they'll get the kickoff back after this on 94.3 KNIA.
Traditions Restaurant at the Indianola Country Club is open to the public year-round for casual dining and special events. Stop in with a family or friends for a relaxing lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 3 and try one of the delicious handmade burgers, homemade soups, and desserts.
Check out their menu online at IndianolaCountryClub.com. They also serve dinner on Fridays from 5 to 9 with prime rib and steak specials. Their banquet room is available to rent for all your special occasions, including catering and an outdoor patio overlooking their beautiful 18-hole golf course. Traditions Restaurant, located at 1610 Country Club Road, Indianola.
Well, it's September, and you know what that means. Time is running out to finish those projects before the cold weather arrives. Stop in today and take advantage of the McCoy True Value September Bargains of the Month, which feature 1-gallon Ortho Home Defense Max for just $15.99. And don't forget the Blackjack Drive Max filler and sealer for just $32.99. Get those projects done now before it's too cold with the McCoy True Value September Bargains of the Month, only at McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola 38, Norwalk 33. Warriors set up for an onside kick here after getting the touchdown, and is booted deep. Hale goes back and catches it at his 11-yard line. Tries the left side, and Norwalk is all over it. He's going to get up to the 15, and he's down there with 4:07 left to go in the ball game, and Indianola's backed way up. So the Warriors don't go for the onside kick. They go for the risk, and they trust their defense to get a stop here and force an Indianola punt, because, Rick, there's a chance that you might not get the ball back, but Coach Patterson has done this twice now. The first time it ended with an Indianola touchdown to go up 11. Does it work a second time?
Yeah, let's see what happens here. They spotted at the 16. 1st and 10 for Indianola. Brick has the play from the coaches. 4:06 to go here.
Norwalk with all 3 timeouts, and we'll wait and see what Coach Patterson wants to do, if he wants to start taking them early and risk it, because again, if you take it on 2nd down and they convert, all of a sudden you're behind. Shivers goes in motion. Edgington with the handoff, pushes forward, and he doesn't get much. maybe to the 18 for a gain of 2.
McMurray making the stop.
McMurray on the stop for the Norwalk.
Pickup of a yard brings up
He got
second
1
and
yard.
nine.
He does
on
get
that
just
one.
1. And
That's
no
fine. The
timeout
clock-
taken.
Nope, clock running.
So the clock will run. Indianola can run this down to about 3:20 or so. And if they don't get very far on this one, Rick, if I'm Coach Patterson, I'm calling a timeout for sure.
I would on this one, definitely so.
Double wide receivers right, one to the left. Edgington next to Brick. Fakes the handoff, throws it right side, caught by Shivers, but the Warriors are right there and they sniff out the wide receiver screen. He gets up maybe a yard, and that's it. And it will be 3rd and 7. They give him all the way up to the 19, Rick, so give him 2 yards. And this is a big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 7, 3rd down and 8.
And
Clock continues to run. Coach Patterson does not take a timeout.
And I know they're fully aware of their 3 timeouts.
If Indianola doesn't convert here, it's Norwalk with 3 timeouts and about 2.5 to go. Double wide receivers right, one to the left. Brick in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Throws it left side. Kingery caught at the 30-yard line, enough for a first down and a lot more. He's got one-on-one to the sideline. Stiff arms the defender. He's going all the way. It goes 83 yards, and Drew Kingery slams the door shut. And the Indians go ahead big with 2:20 left to go in the 4th quarter.
I was quiet because I'm looking for yellow, and I don't see any.
We've been hurt before.
You're following the play into the end zone. I'm looking back here, see what I can see, and just
Clock
about
is running. It shouldn't be.
It's just about everybody stopped to watch. There's like 3 or 4 people running.
44-33. Drew Kingery with the 83-yard touchdown. And they're going to have to put some more time on the clock here. There should be about 2:20 left. I think an extra about 15-20 seconds came off. I applaud the efforts from the Indianola crew next to us up here in the score box, but can't quite take that extra 19 seconds off. You're listening to Indianola High School football, powered by Community First Credit Union. And let's see if I can do this. AM 1320, FM 94.3, and FM 95.3, KNIA Knoxville, Pella, and FM 92.1, Carol S2, I think HD on Pella, Knoxville.
Operator, please reset the game clock.
That is powered by Community First Credit Union. And 2:11, I believe, will be put on the clock.
They want 2:11 on the clock.
Drew Kingery catches his 3rd touchdown of the night and just stiff arms the defender down the sideline. It was really risky. It was nearly picked off or tipped away, but Kingery is just too big and too fast, and Aiden Keller kicks it up and through, and Rick Wilson, you can hear him because he's dancing and walking it out with 2:11 left to go. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA KRLS.
Unity Point Clinic Norwalk provides family medicine for people of all ages in Norwalk and the surrounding area. Conveniently located at 801 Colonial Circle and open Monday through Friday 7:30 to 5:30 and Fridays 7:30 to 5. Unity Point Clinic Norwalk can provide a variety of services for your physical, emotional, and mental health needs such as routine checkups, immunizations, annual physical exams, and other preventative care. Their board-certified providers can also care for injuries, acute medical conditions, chronic diseases. When it comes to your health, trust the professionals at Unity Point Clinic Norwalk.
At Holland Farms Senior Living in Norwalk, their goal is for every resident to make Holland Farms their home for years to come by offering services in 3 distinct residential options: carefree living, assisted living, and memory care. Holland Farms can gladly serve the needs of all who reside in the community. Holland Farms Senior Living opened its doors in May of 2021 and is conveniently located at 2800 Sunset Drive, right next to Elizabeth Holland Park. If you are interested in learning more about Norwalk's newest senior living community and would like to schedule a tour, simply visit hollandfarmsliving.com.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. 2:11 left to go in the ballgame. Norwalk with some work to do. Indianola leading 45-33, and the Indians kick it all the way back, and it goes into the end zone. Smart play from the Norwalk Warriors special teams to let that one go. And Norwalk still with 3 timeouts, Rick. This one is not over. we've seen Landon Hookstein and this Warriors offense score in 3 plays as they did pretty much to start off this game before. And with these wide receivers, any play can happen, and they are just as good. We could just see another 80-yard touchdown like we just saw with Kingery.
Oh, definitely so, and they've got the ability, the capability, and the athleticism to do this, and they're very good at what they do. And I wouldn't be surprised if within a 1 or 2 plays they're down the field big time, but we'll have to see what this defense can do. You got to bend, but you can't break here.
Hookstein drops back to pass. He's rolling out to his left. He's seeing a ton of pressure, just pulls it down. There's a flag back in the backfield, and pushing him out of bounds on the far side. An Indianola player is down. I didn't quite see.
That's going all the way out. It looks like it's...
I think Adler Dykey made the tackle, and he is down, but a flag is way back at the 15-yard line.
Got a little help over there from the one of the Norwalk trainers.
How busy has Josh been tonight?
Yeah, I've been that was all out there by Dykey. He just did everything and then dove at the last minute. Maybe got it, diving, maybe knocked the wind out of him or something. But he's set up here.
Hookstein gets up to the 25-yard line, a 5-yard rush, 4-yard rush. But this one's coming back, so negate that one. We'll wait and see what the official call is, but I believe this should be holding.
Dykey shaking up on the play.
And Dykey clutching his arm.
It might have got kicked or something, because, I mean, he went all out there. Is that going to be a 10? What kind of a...
Well, we're still waiting to hear, but I believe this one should be a spot foul. We have not heard from the referee what it is yet.
Play, holding, offense. Number 78.
So holding on the Warriors.
Penalty being enforced half the distance.
Half the distance to the goal, so it goes to the 10-yard line. Well, actually, it's a spot foul, so it goes to the 7. So now the Warriors with a long way to go. They need the Indianola 30-yard line for a first down with 1:59 left to go. Hookstein drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, he's hit, and he's going to be, he chucks it out left side, and it got to the line of scrimmage, and Landon Hookstein saves the safety. He was hit back in the end zone, and he was falling to the ground as he throws it. There's a receiver in the area, and it gets to the line of scrimmage.
We had
Number 5 was an eligible receiver in the area.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect call. It was not intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area, and it made it to the line of scrimmage anyway.
Yeah, good job that time by the defense. They've done it. They did. Yates was in on that, Liventhal's, and then coming in from that outside was Wyatt DeWitt. Those 3 in the front have just been superb tonight.
Hookstein on a keeper up the left side, and he's taken down immediately. Couple guys coming in, but that was led by A.J. Pontier, Rick. He comes in and makes a great defensive play along with Liventhal's and Yates.
Yeah, got to be careful here. There's a little bit of
back to the 5-yard line, and this is going to be 3rd down and a long way to go. 3rd down and 23.
3rd and 25.
3rd and 25, excuse me, with 1:23 left to go.
Yeah, there we go. And then Charlie Wilmot was back in there, so yeah.
I think if you're Hookstein, you got to maybe just chuck one down the field, even though Indianola is basically just rushing 2-3 guys. Hookstein, high snap, looks left side. It's going to be caught. Well defended by the Indians, but it does get up to the 14-yard line. That is going to be complete to Campbell again.
Eiler's on the stop.
And this is 4th down and 16.
He picked up about 8 yards.
Yep. We'll give them 9. They were back at the 5, so they get up to the 14. 4th down and 16, 47 seconds remaining in the game. And you can hear that Indianola crowd. Hookstein drops back to pass. Takes a look, takes a shot deep. He's got a receiver, one-on-one coverage towards the sideline. Is that caught? It was. To the 45-yard line and a catch.
Oh, my.
What a catch.
My. Right in front
to the 45-yard line. Dylan Rank hauls it in on a miracle throw of 34 yards.
At the 46-yard line.
And boy, a late flag comes out. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it's got to be on the
went 32, excuse me. With 31 seconds left to go, sideline warning on the Indians. The Indians coaches really didn't like that call, but to me, I thought Rank caught that one, Rick. We were kind of blocked by the Indianola coaches on the sideline, but with 31 seconds to go. Norwalk says it's not quite over yet. Hookstein out in the flat, and it's incomplete. I think he tried to get Olsen, or excuse me, Tigner out of the backfield, and it's 2nd and 10 from their own 45-yard line with 27.2 seconds remaining. Again, Indianola leading 45-33. Second and 10, clock is stopped, and a false start will whistle this one down. And as always, between Indianola and Norwalk, Rick, this one just kind of refuses to end.
It just refuses to stop, and that false start.
Penalty, remains 2nd down.
5 more yards for Norwalk. I got him 7 penalties, 50 yards right now.
Not a ton of penalties in this game. I think Norwalk has been the more penalized team, but a lot of them have just kind of been false starts and illegal procedures. Hookstein takes a shot across the middle, nearly intercepted, but it falls incomplete. And a nice job in coverage, Ashton Grubel.
Grubel tips it. Yep.
Let's give a shout out to our chain gangs out there.
With 19.8 seconds to go, it's 3rd and 15 from their own 41-yard line. And Indianola leading by 12. Time continuing to tick down. This Warren County rivalry has been back and forth, but it's been all Indianola in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's just what we needed to see, what Indianola needed to have happen when they took the 4th quarter and got control of the football. And the offense, defense have done their job. What a great play.
Well, a run up the middle. And a flag, another flag comes out. Looks like Norwalk was just kind of conceding. Tigner got up to the 42 for a gain of 1. And as always,
somebody jump.
I don't. It was they let the play go.
Should be 4th down, right?
Face mask number 52 on the defense.
Face mask on the Indians is a 5-yard penalty. So 3rd and 15 turns into 3rd and 10. It remains 3rd down after a face mask penalty. Brings it back up to around the 46-yard line. Well, it should be. It was 3rd and 15, and they have it. They gave him an extra yard there. Doesn't quite matter. Hookstein drops back to pass. He faces more pressure, and it's incomplete with 9.6 seconds to go.
Incomplete.
And it was over the head on the far side.
Intended for Rodman.
For Keeler Rodman.
Brings up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down, and again, 9.6 seconds to go.
Well, it's a good win in this tough district. Boy, it just, for Indianola coming out here, getting that win tonight over Norwalk here, and a homecoming win also.
Hookstein drops back to pass. Indians coming one more time, just chucks it down the field into double coverage, and this one's intercepted on the far side. And going down, that is Kai Hartung on the interception, and that does it. As 0's on the clock, Indianola wins 45-33. What a ball game for the Warren County rivalry. Post-game coverage coming up after this on 94.3 KNIA. Again, Indianola 45, Norwalk 33, your final.
And the importance of providing quality, caring assistance during one of life's most difficult times. Not only do we provide at-need counseling, but we are available for assistance in prearrangements. Overton Funeral Home's mission is to provide the personal service that will ease and assist you in your transition. In your time of need, our Overton Funeral Home family in Indianola will help your family honor and celebrate your loved one.
Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Make sure to stop into your local Indianola Hy-Vee this week to take advantage of all their great deals. Noosa yogurt is 4 for $9, and you can earn 4 cents off per gallon in Fuel Saver. Little Debbie Big Pack snacks are 2 for $7, and you can earn 10 cents off per gallon in Fuel Saver. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrapped Beef Sirloin Fillets are $2.98, and Bakery Fresh Scotcheroos and Rookie Bars are $6.99 and 5 cents off per gallon in Fuel Saver. Check out these great deals and more only at your local Indianola Hy-Vee.
Little Hands Big Dreams Child Development and Preschool is an award-winning family-owned childcare facility located in the heart of Norwalk. Little Hands Big Dreams was recently voted Warren County and Norwalk's favorite daycare, offering care and classes for infants to school-age children. Little Hands Big Dreams has been a fixture in the Norwalk community for more than a decade and prides themselves on being a home away from home for many children. LHBD was built on a foundation of love, dedication, and an incredible knowledge of early childhood education under the guidance of
Owner and director Mary Herman and her husband Brian. Little Hands Big Dreams, also open in Indianola.
El Maya Mexican Restaurant in Norwalk is the perfect place for those family get-togethers, business lunches, dinners, cocktail receptions, private events, or a quick stop after the game. All of their dishes are crafted to have an extraordinary taste unlike any other,
and their caring and committed staff will ensure you have a fantastic experience. So make a date and stop in to El Maya Mexican Restaurant, located 2351 Sunset Drive in Norwalk, or check them out online at elmayanorwalk.com. El Maya Mexican Restaurant, Norwalk.
Are you still in need of your COVID vaccine? Have you heard of the Novavax vaccine? The Novavax vaccine is the first FDA-approved COVID vaccine that uses traditional virus-blocking technology, and its technology has been used before in vaccines to prevent conditions such as shingles and human papillomavirus, among others. It is available at Warren County Health Services, along with the Pfizer bivalent Omicron subvariant vaccine for 12-year-olds and older, and the Moderna bivalent Omicron subvariant vaccine for 18 years and older. Visit healthservices.warrencountyia.org for more information.
Welcome to post-game coverage on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube, as well as 92.1 KRLS, the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio post-game show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve greater. Indianola 45, Norwalk 33 in a back-and-forth game, but the Indians come out on top for homecoming. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. And Rick, we got what we wanted. We've got a lot of nominees for DeArmond Ford Radio Key Play and Player of the Game, and our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Just what are your initial thoughts as this one starts to come in and we break it down?
Well, if we break this down, I mean, looking at when I think of key players, I think of two, Will Shivers, Drew Kingery. As far as receiving, both of them over 100 yards tonight. Matter of fact, Drew Kingery over 200 yards receiving tonight. Bennett Brick, yeah, there you go. I got a shout out to him. 404 yards in the air for Bennett Brick. What a great night he had out there. But then I got to turn to that defense. That defense was just fantastic tonight. You had Kelso, you had Grubel, you had that front three of Liventhal, Yates, and DeWitt. You know, if you keep me talking, I'm gonna name everybody on the frickin' roster is what I'm gonna do here, or on the offense and defense. But no, it was a team effort tonight, Andrew. But you know, I gotta say my MVP tonight was Kingery. He also threw a pass for a 35-yarder. So. Yeah, he was just doing everything tonight, and I like to see that. This is a young man kind of broke it out tonight. He did, you know, he showed what he needed to do against a very good Norwalk team that was out there.
Let's go over all the scoring plays here real quick. It started off in the first quarter off an Indianola field goal to take a 3-0 lead by Aiden Keller. Norwalk answers on 3 plays, a 1-yard rush by Landon Hookstein, and it's 7-3. Norwalk. The Indians come back with a 56-yard connection to Brick to Drew Kingery. They lead 10-3 at the end of the first quarter. However, Norwalk immediately struck back. They score the next 2 touchdowns. A 7-yard run by Landon Hookstein, and then a field goal.
It was 10-10
to make it 10-10, and then the 7-yard run from Landon Hookstein. They take a 17-10 lead. Indianola gets back, scores twice more in the second quarter. A Bennett Brick 12-yard connection to Kingery for his second of the game, and then Kingery throws a 35-yard touchdown to Will Shivers, and Indianola goes up at halftime 24-17. Norwalk kicks a field goal to make it 24-20 with 8:53 left to go in quarter number 3. And Indianola gets the ball back. And then Norwalk, I believe, goes ahead 27-24 on a 4-yard connection from Landon Hookstein to Dylan Rank. But after that, it was pretty much all Indianola. They score again in that third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, it was all Indianola. A 13-yard connection from Brick to Will Shivers to make it 31-27. And then they connect again, a 2-yard rush from Bennett Brick to make it 38-27. Norwalk scores on a 32-yard pass from Landon Hookstein to Campbell on just a broken play that scores and makes it 38-33 after the failed two-point conversion. And then on a 3rd and 8, deep inside their own territory, Brick throws all the way across the field, nearly broken up by the Warriors, but Drew Kingery takes it 83 yards for the score. And by then, it was just not enough time on the clock for the Warriors. But Drew Kingery, that is my DeArmond Ford Radio key play of the night, the 83-yard touchdown.
Right there. You got that right. We outscored them 21-6 in that fourth quarter. That was it. That's where they did it.
After Norwalk outscored the Indians 10-0 in the third.
Yep, that's correct. Yep, 10-0 in the third.
And that's my key player of the game has to be Drew Kingery. Yep. 3 touchdown catches, 35-yard touchdown, throwing touchdown. Yep. How many yards did he end up with?
I have him. This is unofficial now. You got to do it. But he had 11 catches, 236 yards, and then the 1 touchdown, 35-yard to Shivers. The 35-yarder pass to Shivers. And so that's Kingery on the night.
All right, that's our DeArmond Ford Radio key play and player of the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. We'll catch up with Indianola head coach Eric Kluver after this on 94.3 KNIA, 95.3 KNIA AM 1320, 92.1 KRLS, and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Let's address it. Interest rates are rising, but Community First Credit Union is here to tell you we think it's still a great time to buy or refinance your home. Right now, for qualifying mortgages, C First is giving up to $2,000 off closing costs. We offer quick turnaround times, local lenders, and an easy online application. We're here to help. It's a limited time offer. Get details and apply today at c1stcu.com/home. Some restrictions apply. Loans are subject to credit approval. Equal housing opportunity.
The cold weather is coming, and before you know it, you'll be wondering where to take your vehicle when it's not starting, running properly, or just being annoying. When it comes to servicing your vehicle, think Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Indianola. Stop in before the cold arrives and make sure your vehicle's prepared for the winter ahead.
We have a team of qualified service technicians who are standing by, ready to help with any of your service-related needs. So before it's too cold, stop in the Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Indianola to get your vehicle serviced now.
Welcome back to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show to continuing high school football coverage on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola wins 45-33 over Norwalk, joined by head football coach Eric Kluver. Coach, what a game. You knew coming in it was likely to be a shootout, and the Indians just made plays, and to me, this was their best game of the season.
I agree with you, and man, just so happy, so proud of these guys because we battled, I thought we hit them on defense. We wanted to be the more physical team and establish that. I think we were able to do that, and I think it took its toll by the end of the game. Offensively, we were really good tonight.
I think, to me, the turning points in the game, like you mentioned, and Rick and I haven't really had a chance to talk about it, but being able to get pressure on Hookstein, rushing just 3. Now, that always didn't result in a sack, and sometimes he's that wizard guy back there, but it really limited what they were able to do some of the time, and then winning the line of scrimmage and just spreading them out on that drive. I think it was just wide receiver screen to the right, wide receiver screen to the left, and winning the line of scrimmage allows you to do that.
Absolutely, and Hookstein's a winner. I mean, he is so hard to defend. I mean, he can throw, and he's so tough when he runs it, and that was the game plan going in, guys. We can't let him beat us, and you're getting late in the game, and he's running around and finds a receiver, and it's just like, when is this thing going to hit zeros and be over? Because just an outstanding high school football game. It was fun to coach, but I can only imagine what it was like to sit back and watch, and just a lot of great athletes, 2 excellent football programs, I believe, that have great respect for each other, and fortunately, we were able to make a few more plays tonight than Norwalk.
Well, they were keying in on the run, or at least the run game wasn't working tonight, but it felt like the Indians this was the Bennett Brick we've wanted to see. He was consistent. He was hitting his guys and putting them in positions to succeed. I had him for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. What'd you see out of your signal caller tonight?
This is the Bennett Brick we saw of last year. And you're right, we haven't seen a complete game like this yet. And this is exactly what we needed. He made great decisions, took care of the football, and delivered. And I can't say enough about Bennett. We've been waiting for it. He's very capable, and he was dialed in, focused, and really was a great leader out there for us tonight on offense.
We saw some of the creative play calling as well, not only adjustment-wise, but, getting the ball out to Drew Kingery for that throwing touchdown. What can't he do, by the way, some of the times. But I felt like Indianola, maybe not necessarily pulling out all the stops, but when they got a chance to execute those, they did.
Well, I think you saw 2 teams pulling out all the stops. And, I know we threw some things at them, and they certainly did, especially with special teams that we really struggled with. But, we've been working on that. We knew if they weren't adjusting the way we thought they would, they were really giving Drew, those bubbles. And all of a sudden, you hit that a few times, and those defenders start running up, and then we go over the top. And that's something that we have been working on for a couple weeks, and those guys executed at a very high level.
Well, I will ask you about the special teams. They recover the 2 onside kicks in the first quarter. Obviously, you made that adjustment, but that kind of limited you guys in some of the other things you wanted to do. But I think that was just some good scouting to me from Norwalk, but you guys made the adjustments.
Yeah, give them credit. And they weren't even onside kicks. Those were pooched up in the air. And of course, they must have saw something on film. And I just give them all the credit for executing. Those were great kicks, but they're simple. We had some young guys there that forgot that that's a live football, and they were going to block and do their job, and we'll correct that. But we were not very good at times in special teams tonight, and certainly something that we need to fix.
Well, you've had this team, and I don't know if it was struggling with confidence, just consistency. How do you want to use this to try and push that forward? Because like you've mentioned, they needed this, but more importantly, it was good for them to see for themselves that they can do this.
Yeah, it just gives them confidence. I think until you do something, you question yourself. And I think that's what we have seen the first 5 weeks. And even though we've, had started off well, we knew that we're going to have to play complete games against quality football teams like Norwalk, like Carlisle next week, and Bondurant. And if we want to reach the goals that we've set some lofty goals. But this gives our guys confidence. Now they've been there, they've done that, they can believe it, and they can start to feed off of it.
Final thoughts on the 45-33 win here tonight for homecoming over Norwalk?
Just really proud to be the head coach, sit on the sideline and watch your guys execute. We put so much time and hard work in, and it's really rewarding to watch the guys celebrate and happy with their efforts. So,
all right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Coach. Really appreciate it. We'll have more after this on KNIA and the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show.
Warren County Tire and Auto in Milo is the area's leading auto repair shop, serving Milo, Ackworth, Pleasantville, and surrounding areas since 1996. They offer auto and tire repair, tire sales, and more. Call them today at 641-942-6617 or stop into their location at 323 Main Street in Milo and let the experts at Warren County Tire and Auto take care of you. For all your automotive needs, contact Warren County Tire and Auto in Milo today. Warren County Tire and Auto is also a proud supporter of Indianola High School Athletics. Go Indians! Calvin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine gives you access to experienced board-certified surgeons that will work to get you back in the game. They treat patients from across Iowa, including right here in Indianola. If pain is leaving you unable to enjoy your favorite outdoor activities, Calvin Orthopedics has an office right down the road inside the Indianola Specialty Clinic. Call today at 515-440-2676 or use the convenient online tool to request an appointment. Don't go another day letting that nagging injury or soreness keep you on the sidelines. The Calvin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine work on getting you back in the game.
The game is about to start, and the guests are about to arrive. Did you forget about the food? Don't worry. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola has you covered. Stop into one of their 2 Indianola locations at 1201 North Jefferson Way or 2001 West 2nd Avenue and carry out one of your favorite Godfather's famous pizzas, or have it delivered. The Godfather Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m., Friday through Sundays. Get a great Godfather's Pizza at a great price. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola.
Make sure to stop into your local Indianola Napa Auto Parts store to check out their tailgate savings all month long. You can save $15 per pair on Rain-X Silicone Advantage wiper blades. Intex shop towels are just $3. CRC brake clean is 2 for $8. And AAA members can claim a $20 prepaid Visa card from Napa when you purchase 3 qualifying Napa filters on the same receipt. All these great deals and more only at your Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola, because that's Napa know-how.
And welcome back to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Post-Game Show on 94.3 KNIA, 92.1 Carroll Lesson, 95.3 KNIA, as well as Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola wins 45-33 over the Warriors in a really close contest. We'll be joined by Norwalk head coach Paul Patterson. He's making his way up here right now. They're talking, I believe, just behind us. But we had our DeArmond Ford Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Let's do our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. I'm going to have to give it to Dylan Rank. I had him 8 receptions, 174 yards, and a touchdown, and a big part of this Warriors offense.
Yeah, definitely so. And he just was there when he needed to be. And I'll tell you what, he's just a very good player. He did it. He did what he needed to do. But that's and I totally agree with you on.
Well, and then
Dylan
play
Rank.
of the game. It's going to have to be that Landon Hookstein 32-yard touchdown to Jack Campbell. Scrambles all the way out to the right, gets by about 4 more defenders, runs all the way back to the left, and finds the wide open receiver in the end zone.
He covered more yards. He covered more yards.
I was going to say that was more about a 50-plus yard run east and west to find that one.
South, yeah.
That's our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet and Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. We'll be back for more after this. They're going to let between last year and this year.
Indianola today.
The cold weather is coming, and before you know it, you'll be wondering where to take your vehicle when it's not starting, running properly, or just being annoying. When it comes to servicing your vehicle, think Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Indianola. Stop in before the cold arrives and make sure your vehicle's prepared for the winter ahead. They have a team of qualified service technicians who are standing by, ready to help with any of your service-related needs. So before it's too cold, stop into Southtown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Indianola to get your vehicle serviced now.
Welcome back to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show, continuing high school football coverage, joined by Norwalk head football coach Paul Patterson. Coach, Warriors fall tonight, but certainly not for a lack of effort or anything, and it really comes down to the old cliche, the game is it's inches.
For sure.
A 3rd and 6 conversion to Drew Kingery goes for 83 yards and a fingertip.
Catch. Yes.
And Norwalk gets the ball back with a couple minutes to go, down 5.
I think if you come and you watch this game and you don't know anything about either team, the dudes that are supposed to make plays made plays tonight. And I think that's a testament to the job our staff has done, our kids did, and then the job that Coach Kluver, Eric, did, and his staff, putting those guys in a position to be successful and letting them make plays. The other big play for me second half was they get in that quick punt formation and they throw the fade up and they get it completed. We go deflated
on a 4th down as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was sorry, I should have prefaced that, but 4th down and they convert that. That was a huge backbreaker for us. We're fortunate enough to come back and score, but don't get the 2-point conversion, and then we've got them 3rd and 6, and we think we got a chance. And unbelievable pitch and catch out of Bennett and Drew. So just a great game. The things that we have talked about up to this point, we still have to eliminate penalties. We did a much better job in the turnover game. The last interception, I mean, you have to count it.
Hard to fault that one,
but he was just chucking it up and hoping for the best. But we had 2 great turnovers here on special teams in the first half, and we didn't convert on both. I mean, you can always come back and pinpoint little things here and there, right, to try and come up with a reason as to why things didn't work out. But Indianola played great, and hats off to them. And we've got to come back and clean some things up for sure as we move forward. But really proud of our guys and the effort, and right in it till the end. And even that last drive, we're still trying to make plays and trying to figure things out to try and maybe have a chance.
We're going to come back to the pooch kicks because I think that was about as well executed as any of those could ever be. But when you kind of take a step back as the Norwalk head football coach, how about the quarterback play out there?
Oh,
a lot of it's unscripted, but when you see play like that and you see your guy and, you know what he's capable of, and Hookstein, you know that's the type of player he is. Do you ever just kind of sit back in awe and just watch? Because I know I am.
That play that he ended up hitting Jackson in the back of the end zone, that is like, wait, no, to throw it away. And then he comes all the way back across and throws a dart.
I'm supposed to be a professional, and I'm pretty sure that's what I sounded like.
Yeah, I mean, our quarterback coach who is on the headset up here, he just kept saying, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away, and then, whoop, he found a way out of it. He is, he's special just from the standpoint that he is so smart, and not just academically, and I told you before that he wants to be an astrophysicist. I don't know what they do. But I know that it's outside of my academic realm, and he takes what he does academically and he carries it right over onto the football field. He is such a smart football player that he doesn't make the same mistake twice, and it is absolutely spectacular to have somebody like that around. And we've got we have just a gob of great kids, and that really makes getting up and getting out of bed and coming to work every day a whole lot of fun. So we've got some, like I said, and I keep coming back to it, but we've got some things we've got to clean up, but we're looking forward to the weekend, just like we always do. Win or lose, we'll flush it, and we'll get ready to start over on Monday, and Monday's a new week, and we'll see what we can get done here next week.
Well, let's go back to those kind of pooch kicks from Gabe. Is that a scouting thing? You
100%.
Trust your kicker, you saw what Indianola was doing, and you do it a couple of times, and by the second time, we're like, what is going on here?
Okay,
and those guys executed that perfectly.
Let's be honest. We didn't want 88 with the football. It's pretty easy scouting. Let's not kick the ball to Drew Kingery. Pretty easy. But that is something that we worked on all week. We had 3 or 4 different ways that we were going to try to approach. One of them was not kicking the ball out of bounds. So don't think that was
I'll mark that one down.
Yes, but everything else that we did was a way for us to try and mix up what we were doing so that we didn't kick the ball to the exact same spot every time. And there are a couple of holes that we saw from film that we thought we could get to, and it worked out really well for us. The issue was we did not we didn't capitalize on it. We didn't score on both of them. So great job out of our special teams. I thought they made a difference tonight too, and come all the way back to the beginning, right? Dudes making plays, and when you can count on your dudes to make plays, and like it happened tonight, you're usually sitting there pretty happy.
Well, and I will say it was a risk that it's not even – you can't even say it didn't pay off because you put Indianola in positions where they had to make spectacular plays, but the punting back to the Indians down a score and to kind of give them the ball back – does that, to me, shows a level of trust. And like we said, even if it doesn't work out, it feels like the guy's got to feel at least a little confident that you can trust them in that situation.
100%. And that's one of the things that I thought we were back up, as far as our confidence and how we were feeling after we had just scored. So that's the reason why we did what we did. But at the end of the day, we still have to we still got to clean things up, and we got to make plays ourselves. We had a third down, we get a first down, motion penalty, back us up, we don't get a first down, and now we've got a punt. So what does that drive look like? What does the score look like if we can keep that drive alive? So lots of what ifs, but at the end of the day, two great football teams, one great game tonight, and we're not excited that we lost, but there's a lot of things that we can build on as we move forward, and obviously some things for us to work on as we get ready to finish things out.
Well, speaking of finishing things out, 3 games left for the Warriors,
Correct.
2 of them against teams that, again, like Indianola and Norwalk, have designs on a district title at least for the most part. What do you want to see from the Warriors at least over the next week?
Well, the very first thing is we have to clean up penalties. Now, the positive tonight from our penalties is we had no personal fouls. You know, we didn't have any late hits. We didn't have any talking or any of the things that we've had in weeks prior. So that was a huge step in the right direction for us, and now we've got to clean up the little things that are drive killers. You know, the holding on 1st and 10 that turns it into 1st and 23 because you were in the backfield, and the motion penalties and those little things that we've got to get cleaned up. You know, even we were 3rd and 10, jumped off sides. So now it's 3rd and 5, throw about a 6-yard out, get a first down. Well, what happens if it's 3rd and 10? You throw the out. Do they go for it on 4th down, or they punt it back to you? So some of those things we've got to get taken care of. But at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we're ready. You know, one of the things, and we'll talk to Mike about it, but, you know, last year after our Week 7 game, we went 0-3. We have to figure out how to get ourselves in position to win some football games in Weeks 8 and 9. And that's something that we've got to work on here this next week.
Thank you very much for joining us, Coach.
Welcome.
Really appreciate it. We'll have more after this on KNIA and the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. Wrap things up and send it out to Nathan Sage here in just a bit.
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
At Harvey's Automotive and Machine in Norwalk, your CarQuest Auto Parts team members are here to ensure you get the right parts the first time. Their stores offer a variety of free services